What's good? What's good? Listen, man, I took a few days off. I'm changing my schedule up. I'm moving a little different. And starting next week, I'll start doing my lives at a different time. So I really needed to break, man. I really needed to get some things in order. Sometimes when life is lifing, you have to take off and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I took off for a second just in order to get things right. But with no way, you know what I'm saying, that I was gonna do this, you know what I'm saying, go without doing a live before the fight tonight. Because guess what? None other than the king of the 147-pound division will be doing his thing coming up, man, tonight. And I can't wait, man. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get one of my brothers up here with me, and I gotta do it right, man. So y'all bear with me. To God be the glory all the time, all the time. Y'all feel me? Just 1 second. We're gonna get to it, man. We ain't playing no games today. This serious business. You know what I'm saying? Serious business. Now, let me say this right here, man. I'll say it again if you didn't hear me the first time. Tonight, the king of 147-pound division will be in the building. All the talking is over with, man. All the games. Hold on 1 second, because I always got to stop in the middle of what I'm doing to bring, man, my brother on stage, Mr. Free. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Free is a boxing exponologist. I'm gonna make a new word up, exponologist. You know what I'm saying? you like that word, then you free. You know what I'm saying? It sounded good and it go with you, man. He's a boxing expertologist, meaning that he knows all when it comes to the sport of boxing. And I got my brother in the building, man. Man, Market Dan, you know what I'm saying? My Caucasian brother, he's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Market Dan, he's the only Caucasian that we got, but that's my brother, man. C to the D to the K. That's right. Market Dan, come on stage, man. What you doing, man? He in the background back there. Oh yeah, Free is a master debater. Ain't no doubt about that. I ain't gonna never try to debate him. You got to be slick about when you talk to Free, man. You got to when you dealing with Free, like you got to make sure that you're on the same page as him, and at the same time you got to try to throw your little stuff in with him, and make sure he don't catch it. Cause if he catch it and he don't agree with it, he gonna put a stop in it. He gonna put a stop in the tracks to it. Hold on, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna. Oh, I apologize, Market Dan. I forgot you was a black man. I didn't mean that, Market. Market Dan is a black man.
Definitely, he definitely is.
Market Dan, I got my brother Pride in the building, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
what
man.
up, Freezy?
What's
Hey,
going
Free.
on? What's going on?
Y'all,
I
he
went
was
out
on
there.
fire the other day with the
He told
football.
me.
Oh, appreciate it.
I
Appreciate it.
just was telling CDK behind the scenes how you was on fire.
He said you got done your thing. And which I say one thing about man, Free. Free know it ain't a sport. I have Free might know something about golf. I don't know. He might
Oh, I
know.
know. I used to play golf. I used to
That's
play
what I'm
golf.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't miss Free. He might know I can't name a hockey player. Well, I can name one. The one that just passed Wayne Gretzky. He the only one I know when it comes to hockey. You know what I'm saying? But man, I went out there and took care of business, Free. I done my thing. You see what I'm saying? I went out there and done what I do best, man. Just what I'm good
Hmm.
at. I wouldn't put me a ticket in. I'm ready for the night. You know what I'm saying? Ready to see what happens. And a lot of the experts don't think this fight gonna go the distance tonight between Standing Jones and Boots. The over and under is 10 and a half rounds, which that means if it starts in the first, if you get him out of there, if Boots or whoever wins is able to do it, you know what I'm saying, before 10 and a half rounds, you can win some money on that. So I picked the fight not to go the distance. I could be wrong on this, but I got a feeling this gonna be a firefight. Standing Jones likes to come forward, and Boots likes fighters like that. This is a match made in heaven, man. I think we're in for a treat, man. Free, I'm gonna let you start this off and break down what you see tonight and what you think is gonna happen.
Um. Well, I see. Like standing on us. Yeah, he's a typical come forward guy, but the
Mm-hmm.
difference with him as most come forward guys, he has a good jab. He
Mm,
uses his jab to come forward. Like
yes, it
most
does.
most come forward guys, they might swing big shots to make you shell up so they can get to the inside. He uses his jab to blind you and then step to the inside. Um, the only thing that I see is of his arm reach, and the fact that he's not a typical big puncher. He beats you down and break your body down, but he's not a typical big puncher.
Yeah.
Um, so with Jaron Ennis' athleticism and his switch hit style, that he can go from orthodox to southpaw and vice versa, and the fact that he has quicker hands. Um, I don't see Stanionis being able to get to the inside as
Hmm.
often as he would like to.
Yeah,
I think Stanionis will get to the inside, but I don't think he would get to it as often as he would like to. I think if Jaron can keep Stanionis having to reset, having to turn, it can make Stanionis easier target. But if Jaron stands in front of him like he did the last couple of fights, you're making it easy for Stanionis. So Jaron
yeah,
can make this fight easy for himself, or he can make it hard for himself. It all depends on what Jaron want to do. Now Jaron might come out here and try to make a statement, being though that Stanionis has never been knocked down, never been stopped, and try to be the first one to stop him and put on for the fans. But that can be a bad recipe because this guy is a durable guy. So you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy of making a hard fight or giving the judges something to score the fight for Stanionis when you didn't have to. So it all depends on how Jaron is gonna approach this fight. But I think it will go the distance because of the durability of Stanionis. Um, so I mean, Jaron could prove me wrong, but I think it's going to go the distance.
Mm.
right.
Well, yeah, I want to see Jerron come in here and just win the fight. I think that Stanionis gonna make it tough in the beginning. I think Jerron is gonna have to figure him out because he gonna be right there in front of you. But I think if Jerron come in here and move and round and box, like Free said, turn him, keep him at the jab, get in, get out, and it's a unification match. So I wouldn't criticize him if he didn't stop standing on this. If he goes in there and box a 8-4 or 9-3, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But I just want him to look good, get out of there with both of them fighters, get out there with their health, and I want to see the next thing. I just want Jerron to unify. I wish I could go because it's not far. I'm not far from it, but I couldn't get nobody to go with me, man. You know what I
Man,
mean? I'm less than I'm like 55 minutes from where they fighting from, like an hour away. Well, I couldn't get none of my boys to go. My son didn't want to go. I ain't want to go to the fights by myself. You know what I mean? I ain't never do that before. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Hey, I would have win anyway. I'm a type of guy, man, because I enjoy boxing so much. I know free, man. I show up by myself if I got to just to watch a good fight. And to a free point, I agree with
yeah, but
everything you
going out
said,
to them
free.
casinos would be like, you know what I mean? You want to be with your
Yeah, I know what you're
boy.
saying.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? But
I
yeah.
definitely know what you're saying.
I
I
still
agree with
feel like
everything you
Boots
said.
gonna go 12 though. I feel like I got Jerron Ennis winning the fight 8-4, 9-3. That's what I expect. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be a stoppage, and I'd be happy for that. It's like Free
Okay.
say he never been down, nothing like that. But I hope he just go and box a clinic. That's all.
I think this right here, free. Everything you said, I agree with both of y'all as far as definitely gonna be. I think it's gonna be a shutout. Let me ask you this, free, because you're a lot more familiar with Stanley Jones than I am. Uh, far as his, he's been off. He had a long layoff, I believe. He's been out of
Hmm.
the ring for a while. How long?
A year.
Hold on, I'm trying to free. I can't hear you. I heard you, bro.
My bad. He been
You
out
know
for
me.
9 months. He had a fight July of last year, so he's been out for 9 months.
For nine
Almost
months. Okay,
damn near a
so he
year.
got 9 months. Hold on one second, bro. Let me say this. Let me ask all of y'all this. I'm asking these questions. I'm really gonna ask the questions today and just let y'all flow. Uh, do y'all believe? Now we said we heard. I heard Free say that. It depends on the which way. And Breadman said the same exact thing you said, Free. Breadman said that Jaron Ennis can make this fight easy or hard. If he decides to go out there and stand in front of him, it could be that type of fight where it's an action-packed fight. If he wants
Hmm.
to box, you know what I'm saying, then it can be an easy night.
Hmm.
What style do y'all think we see tonight? Starting with you, Free.
Um, I think we might see a combination of both. I think it's going to be times where Jerron is going to stand right in front of him, and then I think Jerron is going to start. He's going to start off box. He's going to start off boxing, but I think it's going to come a time where Jerron will stand in front of him. But I think if Jerron feels like Stanionis is getting into a rhythm, he's going to go back to boxing again but I
Yeah.
think I think it's going to be a combination of both. I think he will box a little bit more than he would being flat footed standing in front of him, but I think it's going to be a little bit of both.
Go ahead, Market Dan. Market Dan's in the building.
Yeah, my bad. You were breaking up on the other stream yard I was on. What was the question, CDK?
Oh yes, sir. I said, what style of Jaron Boots Ennis do you think will get tonight? And the reason I'm asking that, Breadman said that, and Free said it too as well, that if Boots goes out there and box, it can be an easy night. Or do we get a boxing Boots, or do we get a Boots that's trying to get him out of there?
I mean, what boots have we been seeing for the past three, four fights for the past really 2 years? I
Hmm.
mean, well, we've seen the step up in competition. We've seen it. He's been getting hit a lot more. He shows a lot of bad habits.
Hmm.
And not only that, he's just the type of fighter. He has the temperament. He likes to get in there and bang. He
Yeah,
likes to take risks so that he can get you out of there, and he likes to make an exciting show. He said it himself. He loves to watch Hagler versus Hearns. He loves to watch them old school fights from them eras, and imagine himself in that. So I don't necessarily look at that as a negative because I think he's talented enough to do it, and I
yeah.
think he packs enough of a punch. So I think we get the boots that's coming to take Stanionis out. That's what I think. And I think it's
Okay,
gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good fight because Stanionis is gonna have opportunities in there for himself.
Hmm.
okay. Prize, your turn, sir. What do you think?
I think we get the boxer Jaron Ennis. I think we get the boxer puncher Jaron Ennis. I think he gonna jump in there. He gonna bang when he need to. Then he gonna get out. He gonna box. He gonna use his jab. He gonna turn. I think he gonna look good. You know what I mean? I think yeah he will. And Marky, you 100% right, homie. He is gonna have his opportunity because Boost. That's when Boost leap in there. And stand in front of him for that moment, you know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be a fun fight. I don't think Stanionis I don't know if Jerron Ennis can take a punch. To
Yeah.
me, I don't know if Stanley can really. I don't think he can knock Jerron out. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't think that he'll knock him. How many knockouts he got? Free? Like I know he's a
Hey,
pressure fighter. I
hey,
seen
how
him
many
fight like
knockouts? How many knockouts did that painter have before he fought Mungia?
yeah, I get it, but this we talking about Jerron Ennis, not Jaime Munguia.
Yeah.
But I feel like Stanley is like if he's going with them shots, and if Jerron stand in there when he does stand in front of him. I think Jerron can. This is gonna be a good. He's tailor made for Jerron Ennis, bro. This guy is tailor made for Jerron Ennis to just box, turn, beat him up, and stop him. You know what I
My
mean? But
point.
I expect him to
Right.
pitch a shutout tonight. I expect him to, like, not a shutout because I think Stanionis gonna have his moment because he is a champion and he ain't no bum. He's a tough guy. I feel like it'll be like 9-3. That
Mm,
nine
okay.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stanionis is
My
15 and
point.
0 with 9 knockouts.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
15
see,
and
I
0.
my
was
my point my point when
solid,
I
bro.
when I said that
That's
when
pretty
I brought
solid.
up that my point when I brought up that Mungia fight prize is anybody get hit on that chin, anything can happen.
Facts.
That's
No,
all I'm
you're right,
saying.
Marky
So
Dan.
you open
Everybody got a
yourself
puncher
up for that.
chance,
Yeah, that's all I was saying. That dude
no
Mungia
doubt.
fought only had four knockouts. And Stanionis, I mean, I think he's a strong kid,
Let me ask you a
regardless of the
question,
nine
Marky
knockouts.
Dan. Let me start with you, Marky Dan. Uh, Now I'm gonna say this right here. I believe tonight is the night. This is me, and I'm asking y'all questions. It's y'all show. I'm just on the flow. So I'm just gonna say this right here. I think that Boots is going to try to display everything that he really is tonight. I think we're going to see that Boots is the best fighter at 147 pounds tonight. I think tonight is the night for him to show up and show out and show people what he's really made of. This is his fight. This is his opportunity. I think after the night won't be no more talking. I think everybody's been talking, has been hating on Boots. All is going to come to an end tonight. I think, but I also see this happening. Market Day, and let me ask you a question. You first, Free. If Booth goes out there and dominate tonight, will there start being excuses? Stanley Yosef was out of the ring too long. He
I
never
mean,
was. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Cause I'm gonna let
my
y'all.
bad,
I'm gonna
my
let
bad,
y'all talk. I'm gonna get y'all the flow. All I want to do is ask y'all a question. I'm just a
my bad,
moderator.
my bad. CK, go ahead, go ahead.
It's okay. So, do y'all believe that anybody, mainly BVO, will start making excuses once he goes out there and beats the brakes off this man?
I'm,
Start saying all type of stuff.
I
What do y'all
mean
think happens?
that. I mean that's just a part of boxing. You got people that are like that. You got fans that are like that. I mean, I remember for a while nobody was trying to get in there with Regis Prograis, and Devin Haney moved straight up and got in the ring with him and dominated him, and all of a sudden, Regis ain't got no footwork. Oh, who Regis
Yeah.
fought outside of Josh
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Taylor?
was
This
nasty.
and this and that. So not. I mean, you can't put no expectations on other people's opinions because a lot of people got agendas, particularly like the big man in the chat, like you were just talking about. A lot of
Yeah.
people got agendas with their opinions. So, I mean, yeah, I expect it. Yeah, they're gonna make excuses.
Go ahead, free or prize. Which one of y'all wanna go next?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Freddie.
I mean, of course they're gonna make an excuse. They're gonna say Stanionis only got 15 fights. He
Yeah.
hasn't really fought anybody.
Exactly.
But I heard last night when we was on Thomas' show, everybody said Stanionis is going to be the best guy that Jaron Boots in his face.
Yeah.
Stanionis has a better resume than Jaron Boots Ennis. That this is what I've been hearing from everybody.
Huh?
So if Jaron Boots Ennis goes in there
Wow.
and he
Wow.
beats Stanionis and he beats him convincingly, I want everybody to get the same people that was saying that Stanionis was more proven than Jaron Ennis. I want those same people to give Jaron Ennis his credit because if Stanionis goes in there, he beat Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is the best guy that Stanionis is beating. If he goes in there, he beats Jaron Ennis. If Stanionis gets beat by Jaron Ennis, yes, Stanionis is the best guy that Jaron has beaten. So both of these guys deserve to get credit for whichever one wins. Whichever
Thank
one wins, they both deserve to get credit because these are the two guys that's unifying. These are the according to the ranking system, these are the two best guys in the division. So you got to give these guys credit for beating whoever wins this fight. You got to give them full credit. I
you.
mean, you're gonna have the haters of Jaron Ennis. You're gonna have the haters of Stanionis. But the problem is, if you hating on these guys and you want your guy to fight them, you can't give your guy full credit because you already saying this guy's a bum or this guy ain't
Yeah.
that good. You can't give him
Hmm.
full credit.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Thank you. Go ahead, Marky Dan.
Yeah, my bad. Before prize go,
No, I said
what was
you.
my?
You go ahead, Marky Dan. You go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I just went, so I think you meant prize. But
No,
before
my
yeah,
fault. You
before
did go. You did go first.
no,
I
but
apologize for that.
right,
Go
right,
ahead,
right.
Marky Dan.
No, I just want to make a quick point before I let prize go. I mean, opinions are like assholes. Everybody is gonna have one. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
have the Bud fans that, or excuse me, you're gonna have the Virgil and the Spence fans. They're gonna come out and say, "All Boots is ducking smoke. He's dominating at a weak 147-pound division." That's one of the things they're gonna say. They're gonna say why he don't want to move up and face Virgil and Baccarov. That's what
Okay,
they're gonna say.
you're
That's
right.
how people are,
You're
bro.
right, man. Hold on. Let me say this before you go, Prize. Uh, you can't be. Let me tell y'all something. Cause I told you. I said this last night to myself. Somebody told me last night at work they watch out. They be watching me and they go back and watch my a video with y'all, and they told me to tell y'all, man, that y'all are, man, free. They really told me this is crazy. They said, man, what your guy free, free. He know his shit. That was the exact words. I don't like cussing. I don't cuss a lot, but I just had to put it out there like they said it. And they spoke highly of all y'all. But let me say, they told me to do this, man. They also said this: don't back up off your opinions. Don't let BVO sway you. This is what they told me. They said they love BVO what he does, but don't let him sway your opinion. You keep being you, and they said it makes for great. They said it makes for great. They said television. They said it makes for great television. The way they
Yeah.
said. So let me say this right here. So shout out to BBL, my brother, for keeping me going and giving me comedy and comedy gold. But if we're gonna be true here, before you go, Prize, I ain't make it to the highest level, and I could have made it to the highest level. But I chose the streets, and I was really good at what I done in my craft. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I could go back and show you the videos of the fights I had and stuff like that. I was really good at my craft. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to do a lot. I've been a part of this boxing thing for a long time. I've been around it over 50 years now. You know what I'm saying? Well, not over. I'm talking about over 50 years old, but I've been around boxing over 40 years. I know what I'm looking at. You're not gonna never tell me a guy's ass and he's not ass. You're not gonna sway my opinion because you like another fighter. You're not gonna make me feel like because you like Brian Norman that you can look at Boots and say that he's ass because it's a lie. And it's a blatant lie. And I
Yeah.
don't think we need to do that. And this is what I'm on now. I don't think that we need to hate on other fighters to uplift another fighter. I don't feel like that. Keep
Yeah,
it
I've been
real.
off of that.
Yeah, I've been off. I'm not on that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to downplay what Boots does in the ring. I'm not going to
Nope.
downplay the fact that the same guy you say his ass gave Brian Norman a body shot in spawn and put him on the floor,
I
and
want to
everybody
see the
seen it.
fight, CDK. I want to
Me
see.
too.
I want to see Jaron Ennis go out here and do his thing. I don't care what his opinions. I've been watching boxing for 20 something years, going on
Yeah,
almost 30 years myself. So I know what I'm looking at. I want to see Jerron in his box do good, win the fight, and then I want to see the two brothers get together and unify three belts. Jerron and Brian Norman Jr. I want to see who the best out of them is. That's gonna be a good fight. The build up gonna be good. The trash talk gonna be good, and the fight gonna be good. So
and
that's
I'm gonna
what
tell
I
you
want
this.
to see.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm saying it right now, and I'm saying it here. Boots, and I look. Shout out to Brian Norman Senior. I respect him. Thank you for coming on my channel. Thank you for what you did for me. But I'm gonna say it right here and say it right now. What need to be said? He can't mess with a picture of Boots. A picture. He can't touch a picture of Boots. And I'm gonna keep it real. It need to be said. Brian Norman Jr. can't mess with a picture of. He's better off, man, going over there, grabbing the Bible, going somewhere, man, and telling people that this Bible ain't real. Then get in the ring with Boots. That's how far I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Somebody got to
I
tell the
mean,
truth. Go
that's
ahead,
what we
Free.
get. That's what we get when we get these new age fans. They don't know how to give all these fighters credit when credit is
Right,
Yeah,
due.
again, Cliff.
That's what happened
right,
with the new age fans. They so used to being a fan of a fighter instead of being a fan of the sport. That's
Thank
the
you.
right.
problem with these guys. So
Yeah.
when you're a fan of a fighter, you're gonna hate on everybody else that's doing just as good or doing good in their own right. So I mean,
But
it's
free.
gonna happen because these guys don't know how to be fans of the sport. Because when these guys' favorite fighters retire, they're gonna find somebody else coattail to jump on
Yes,
and be
sir.
fans of that
But
fighter.
but free. I don't believe this would be a problem, or it would be viewed as toxic if the dudes just fought each other.
That's
Because
it.
It's still gonna be topic.
we do the same
Yeah,
stuff
we
in the
can free.
NFL with the
It's still
NFC East. I go at you about your Commanders, you come at me about my Eagles. We hate
the
on each other.
Hold
I hate
on.
on Dub
That's
and the
different though.
Cowboys.
Boxing
But
is
we
not a
don't.
BJ,
But
team
no. But the
sport.
diff. But
hold on,
that's
y'all.
what
Let
I'm.
me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question
Yeah.
as a
Okay.
moderator. You just said it's unkeep market, Dan, and I'm going off what you just said. Okay, y'all know I'm a Lions fan. Let me ask you, we didn't win the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man, for doing their thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let
Never
me say
forget
this
it.
right here. Was the Lions ass? What we
No,
No,
asked or we
y'all were just hurt on defense. Y'all were just hurt.
okay, but I don't even make no excuses for them. I'm saying just looking at as us as a team, were we ass or were we a good team?
you was a great team. You led the
You're a
Okay,
great
NFC.
team.
free. Thank
The
you, free.
NFC.
What I'm trying to say is this right here. If you can't look at something and see that it's good, something is wrong with you. You got to be able to look over and say, hey, man, no, we weren't the best team. The Philadelphia Eagles were the best team in football, and they proved that because they won the Super Bowl. I don't care who you like, what you like. The Super Bowl is the final goal. Man, when you look at Jaron Boots Ennis, there's no way possible you see Rolly Romero. There's no way possible you see Rolly Romero over there. Because in my eyes, Rolly Romero's ass.
right.
I'm just being real. I don't see that.
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know.
Hey,
A
listen.
lot of people are riding that Montana Love train, and we saw how that ended up. That
No,
shit
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
went
yeah,
off
yeah.
the
You're
I
right,
told
tracks.
Marky
y'all a long
Day.
time ago. I told y'all a long time ago. Montana Love was not going to be
Yeah,
that good. He's going to
right.
Yeah.
get beat by somebody. I told y'all
Yeah,
that
What
me
long
too.
happened
I
long
to him?
said
time
it
ago.
But
too,
so
Free.
Free, what
many
happened to
people
him?
were betting on him and riding with him. That shit was crazy.
Because he
I
was
said the
fighting
same thing,
nobody.
D Free.
He was
When he
fighting
got beat
nobody.
up by when he got beat up by Tank and Sparring, I was like, yeah, this guy ain't he's yeah, he ain't got it, bro. He
What's up,
cool,
Di?
but
Di?
he
Say
ain't ready though.
DP.
I told
This
y'all
Man,
the
I
nigga
same
agree.
thing.
Dusa,
I
this
told you the
nigga was
same thing
getting his
about
ass kicked
Hold on one
and
second, y'all.
the
and threw
same
the
thing
other
I
fight out
told
the
y'all.
ring.
I told y'all the same thing about Ben Whitaker. I said when Ben Whitaker getting in with somebody that really gonna come to fight, you
You don't
gonna
Yeah.
get
see what
sleep.
type of dude
And
he
we
is.
saw him quit,
That
Free.
that's exactly what I told Coach Joe and T, and what they said. Oh, Marky, you being a hater? Nah, I knew the dude was a bum.
You're right.
Yeah. And let me ask y'all a question. We all being honest here. There are bums and then there's also fighters this ass. But They're also fighters, man. Like I said, we got to start uplifting the fighters and not taking away from what they can do in the ring. And the reason I say that is no matter what you feel, if you feel Brian Norman is better, that's okay. I have no problem with that. But don't look at Boots and say the man ass when you know he's not ass. You don't
Yeah.
bring that type of skill set. I would basically think that my son is 6 years old. He could look at Boots and say that Boots is a good talent. He could look at Brian Norman and say he's a good talent. To say somebody's ass is almost like saying that they have no skill set whatsoever. And we know Boots has a skill set. I don't care about the talk, the cap, or what nobody say. Be
Capoeira.
real. Just be honest, man. Don't sit there and say because you're taking from what your fighter had the opportunity. You see what Terrence Bud Crawford just did, everybody. He took away from his biggest accomplishment of beating Earl Spence. You downplayed the fight. You talk bad about Earl Spence, and everybody made fun of you because now you look silly now. Let's stop doing that. Boots is if you don't think Boots is great, that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't look at Boots and say, "Oh, he ass," because ain't nothing ass about being able to switch hit, being able to go 32-0, and then free, because just what you do. Before anybody try to say, "Well, he ain't fought nobody," go back. Could you free pull up something for me, please? Go back and tell me what the ranking of Boo his last 5 fighters. What was their win loss record? Could you give me that? His last 5 fighters win loss record.
Is
I'll
We
give
that
gonna
you
pull it.
Brian Norman Jr.'s
I'll give it to
58
you.
and 2.
Look it up. It ain't better
His
than Boots.
last two
What you?
fights, Brian Norman's last 2 fights, the guys were 58 and
I ain't
2.
talking about last 2. I said last 5. Let's look them up. And Brian Norman has not fought what
David
Boots has fought.
Abinesian, Karen,
What their records
And
is?
y'all can
What
talk
Zilla.
their
about
records is?
Cam Luka Doncic all y'all want. He's a bum.
Man, go
B
ahead,
Norman
BBO.
smashes him, man.
BBO, stop the bum talk, bro.
The who?
You are a boxing fan, and I'm keeping it real with you as a brother. Stop the bum talk and start giving people real credit. We ain't got to do that, bro. We
I
don't
think
have to
I
do
think
that.
I think Boots is a good waiter. He a good waiter.
Okay, you
He
man,
waited and
okay,
waited and
hey,
waited.
when you get in the ring with him right now, 6'5", 330, he'll beat the hair off top of your head. You can call him what you
He
want to call him.
probably would. He probably would. But
Okay?
I wouldn't fight him.
Call him
I
whatever you
wouldn't fight him.
want to.
Beating me ain't no win. We
No,
talking about
let
B
me tell you
Norman,
something.
the
It
monster.
still takes a skill set to beat a big man up. No matter how small you are, pause, whatever you want to do, it takes a skill set to beat somebody up. You can't sit
And,
here and
and, and
take
I put it
people
like
lies
this.
on them. I'm
I'm
not
not too
letting, listen,
sure.
man, free, no more lies on my channel. I'm not letting
I'll put it
nobody
like
lie
this.
no
I'll
more.
put it like this. If I get his hands, I don't think he can beat me.
You might get his hands and still might lose.
If I get Jaron's hands, he might not be able to beat me.
Yeah, yeah.
How's that?
And that's another thing. JG, man, thank you, bro. Nobody that steps into the ring is a coward. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. We got to stop calling fighters cowards. We got to stop downplaying what they do in the ring. We got to stop cheerleading for other fighters and give everybody full credit, man.
But
I'm going
what?
to cook this
But
morning. It
Let
CDK,
me
don't
just
make
ask you.
sense.
CDK,
Hold on. Let me ask you a question
CDK.
because I see you
Go
want
ahead
to
and
go
tell a
you
lie.
want to go against
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying. Can I ask you a question?
Man, you can ask me whatever. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Hold on one
Okay, let
second,
me ask you
BBO.
this. So, at
Hold on one
23
second.
years old, what was Boots doing compared to what Brian Norman's doing? Brian
Let me
Norman's
ask you a
26
question,
world
though,
champion.
Rubio.
Hold up,
Now,
hold
you just
up,
asked
Boots,
me
hold
that.
up,
Hold
hold
on.
up,
You
Boots
What
asked
you
me
was
a
a
think?
question.
What you
Let me
think?
answer
What
prospect.
you
it.
think?
hold up. One second.
CDK, hold on,
Because
freak. Sit to the
hold
side. I'm
on,
talking to
wait.
I'm
CDK.
gonna
Finna
answer.
kill him.
I'm gonna
I'm
answer
finna kill him.
CDK
I'm finna
question
kill
that
him.
he asked me.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna.
I'm finna
CDK. What you
kill him.
say?
I'm finna kill that question.
Hold on, we out
You
of
keep
order.
trying to
We out
go.
of order. We
You
out
keep
of
trying to act
order.
like Brian Norman pulled a Devin Haney and was undisputed at 23 years old. Son, he got one belt. He is not undisputed. He ain't. You ain't like he accomplished like he just ran a mile. You know what I'm saying? In under 4 minutes or something. BBO cut the cap. He done one thing. Shout out to Brian Norman. He got a belt. I don't care what he done at 23. I'm telling you what he can't do at 23, and that's beat Boots. How
Thank you.
about that?
So when he
He
stopped
can't
him,
do that.
then what? When he
Hey,
stopped him,
hey,
then what?
free,
When he
free.
stopped
He
him,
can't
then
beat
what?
Boots at
Then we
23.
give Brian Norman
What you
Jr.
gonna
his
say
Let's
full
when
give
he
him
credit.
stopped
credit.
that bum?
You're
You
the
ain't gonna be able
only
to say
person,
nothing. He gonna
BBO.
stop him.
BBO, you're the only person
One,
that loves to
two,
hate. If he
three,
stops him,
I'm
I
hating
give him
because I'm
full
black.
credit.
That's
five,
Bro,
BS.
tell you what,
I'm
bro,
giving you my
being black,
opinion.
seven,
you know
You don't
what?
have to
eight,
like
Bro,
my
you don't
opinion,
give
but I'm
opinion.
giving you my
You
opinion
give a
right now.
you throw a narrative out there and run with it, and
one,
nobody agrees
two,
with it. Not only
three,
me, the
four,
world don't agree with it.
six,
You know
seven,
what I'm saying?
We didn't
eight,
have.
We all
I'll
know
put it
what
like
Boots
this.
is
I'll put it
doing.
like
Hold on.
this.
CDK. Let me ask you a question. What if he really feel like Boots does not want to get in the
two,
ring with
Bro,
Brian
he don't.
three,
Norman?
Let me tell you
four,
something. Mark it
five,
down.
six,
What if he really don't
seven,
though?
eight,
What if he really
nine,
don't?
ten,
But
eleven,
respectfully, that's not for
twelve,
me
No,
and that's not for you to
Mark it
thirteen,
say.
down.
fourteen,
Respectfully,
fifteen,
what if he really
sixteen,
don't?
17.
Hey,
Let
then
me
then I, I can't say that though.
hold on. I can. And there's a
No,
reason
you
I can
can't.
say that.
No, you can't. You just
Yes, I
grandstanding.
can. And I'm gonna keep that
Hold
between me
up.
and you.
I,
I can.
I need to go back. I need to go back to the original question. I need to go back to the
I
original
ain't just
question.
talking, Mark.
Okay,
Hold
I
on.
got you,
Let
CDK.
me go.
I
Let me
got you.
go
I
back to
got
the.
you.
Let me go back to the original question. CDK asked me a question. He said, "Jaron Boots' last 5 fighters. What was their record? They were 120. I mean, 120, 8 losses and 2 draws.
Hmm? Say it again.
Last 5 fights, 120 wins, 8 losses and 2 draws. Last five
Sound good
fights.
to me. Sound good to me.
I mean, what
BBO my
Brian
brother,
Norman?
Well, I
so
saw him
we
better
gotta
than
take this
58 and
serious.
2 in
And
the last two
hey, BBO,
opponents.
hold
That
on.
does
Let me
sound
say
better,
this,
huh?
BBO, so I can say so I love you, brother, so I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. This is all fun. That's my brother. I go to war for him. I go to war for anybody on this stage. You know what I'm saying? They call me, I jump on a plane for him. So just understand that. This ain't nothing but fun. I don't want nobody to think that there's any rift in the cliff.
No,
It
no.
ain't.
Me, CDK is my guy. He just don't understand boxing. That's all. But that's my
Bro, I
brother.
understand. Bro, I can go to sleep and understand boxing better than you. Let me tell you that for real. Go to sleep and understand
You know
boxing
what
better
I'm
than
gonna
you.
do? You
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do because I think CDK.
One, two,
I think
JG.
CDK
four,
makes some
five.
good points, but
Nah, I
wait
made
till we
great
get.
points.
We got Uncle Jeff Mayweather coming to the show real soon,
Man,
and when we get Uncle Jeff on here, we gonna sell a lot of these disputes
well,
because Uncle Jeff don't
he's
Mayweather
not.
better than no
I like
boxing better
Jeff
than anybody.
Mayweather.
Yes, sir.
He ain't my uncle. My uncle named Jerome Kelly, Jerry
Brian
Kelly.
Norman.
I'm gonna give you my uncle name Ricky Kelly, Jerry Kelly, Jerome Kelly. Those my uncles. You know what I'm saying? Now I do like Jeff. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't my uncle. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Jeff Mayweather has already said Boots is a phenomenal talent. I've heard him say it.
JG said BBO was the last man picked on the playground in the chat.
Yeah. Hey
I
Hey
thought that
JG.
was a
JG,
funny.
Let's just be real. I would have all your commissary.
Hey JG.
You
Hey
wouldn't come
JG
out
can
that
fight
cell.
BBO. JG can fight now.
Hey, I'm just letting JG know you not no
Wow.
boxer. I would have all your
Representing the black
commissary.
man so well,
To go
BBO.
now to go to what BBO said. What was Deron Booth doing at 23?
Yes,
He
sir.
was he was 29 and 0,
Woo!
27 of them by knockout.
Against who?
Woo! Who?
You just
Go back
asked
to
the
Brian
question.
Norman to tell me
You
what
you
his
asked the,
record
you
was.
asked the question.
You
Brian
asked a
Norman
question.
is 89 and 3 in his last 4 fights.
Okay, but we just said
Hey, tell them
five
the
Boots is
truth. Mark,
120
they
and
gonna
8.
get mad. Mark, they gonna get mad. You telling the
Why?
truth,
Like,
baby.
nah,
Morgan Dan. Why
you
would we
throw
get
an
mad,
impressive.
Morgan
Hold
Dan?
on, CDK. You throw an impressive ratio out for Boots' last 4 fights.
You
I
didn't hear
get
what I
that, but
said,
Brian
Morgan
Norman
Dan.
I'm
got an
cooking
I
impressive
y'all
know you
niggas,
like to
ratio.
man.
sometimes.
Where's my
I know you like
hibachi?
to stand BBO shoes sometimes. But listen what I just said.
Hold on.
Nah,
I
man,
just
that's
said,
Oh,
for
don't say. Hold
effect,
on,
CDK.
hold on. We're
How
not
you
gonna do
gonna
that.
say that?
We're not gonna
hey
do that.
man,
We're
yeah,
not
How
we
you
gonna
gonna
do
tell
gonna
the
that.
say
truth
that
today. We gonna tell the
about
truth
me?
today. We gonna
I'm
tell the
supposed to
truth.
be your brother.
We're
You
not
are my
gonna do that.
brother.
We're not gonna
I
do
said,
that. Marky
hold
Dan
on,
is
bro.
my guy.
No, but hold
Just
up,
like when
hold
Morgan
up,
you and
Dan,
Free
my
want to
guy.
stand together in the picket line, I don't say
Hold
hold
up,
up,
nothing.
hold
man.
up, hold
You
up,
the
hold up,
same
hold
person
up,
that
hold
told me
up.
Morgan
We got
Dan
to
was
we got
white.
to take in we got to take in consideration.
Oh, you see,
We got to take in consideration. You said what did Jerron Booth Ennis do at 23, and what did Brian Norman do at 23? We
he
got to
did ask
remember
that. He did. He did.
Brian Norman started at 140. So
Okay.
everything we looking from Brian Norman outside of his last 3 fights was
Yeah.
at 140.
I love
We
free.
gotta look at what he did at 47 because what he did at 140 is irrelevant. We got to look at what he did at 47.
Mm.
That's where Jerron is at. That's where he's at. The same thing we did with Bud Crawford. Everything Bud Crawford did at 135 and
I
140
can't.
is irrelevant. We're going by what he's doing at this division. At this division, not what he did before that division, what he's doing at this division. So all of that stuff before 147 is irrelevant. Now, it is a part of his resume, yes. Part of his record, part of his resume, yes. But that has nothing to do with 47. He's at
Yeah.
47. Those other guys, he didn't fight at 47.
Man, that's why
Bro,
I love free.
BBO,
Free
you
gonna break it
getting
down
cooked.
for you.
BBO, you getting cooked in the chat.
Yeah,
God
you
damn.
getting cooked, man. You getting cooked, BBO. Yeah.
Hey. All I say is this, JG. This all I say.
Go ahead, BBO.
You'll be cooking me lunch, breakfast, and dinner, man. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and
Hey,
dinner, man.
BBO.
The
I
man
can
JG
see it
say
said,
now.
he'll
I'll
be a
say, hey,
professional
I can see
pocket
it right now
holder.
because if you don't, guess what? I'll throw you over the tier. It's just that
dang,
simple.
BBO, you gonna throw my brother over the tier, BBO.
That's
I'm
crazy.
throwing him
Come
over
on.
the tier.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
If you don't do what I say, I'm throwing you over the chair. Just that
oh,
simple.
hey, BBO, you trying to catch another charge? You trying to do it 40?
What the
You trying to do 40
Shawshank
years?
Redemption ass niggas, man. Let's get back to boxing.
Okay, hey, on
Hey,
the
but
real
shout out to
though,
JG. You my
yeah, yeah,
guy,
we
man.
having
Like I
fun.
said, you wouldn't touch nothing from your commissary. And guess what? I wouldn't even let you call home. Soon as your phone time, give me that phone.
BBO, come on, hey, let's get back to
Give me that
boxing.
phone.
Morgan Dan, let's get back to boxing, bro.
We
Hey,
back to
yeah,
boxing. I'll say this. CDK, you just don't want to hear it because it's coming from
no,
me.
I love to hear it. I love to hear the
I'm
truth.
telling you, Brian Norman is that guy. Boots
BBO,
doesn't want that
I
smoke.
never. Let me show you something. I'm sorry. Let me show you something. This is what I'm trying to get you to do, BBO. We can say that Brian Norman's that guy, and at the same time say Jaron Boots Ennis is that guy without bringing one of those guys down. That's what I'm trying to get us to start doing. We don't never know when one of those guys might want to come on the channel. Let's uplift them all. Let's keep it real. I don't care if Rolly Romero come on here. He's ass. I tell him to his face he's ass. He's ass. I'm keeping it real. But when I look
But
at Boots,
Rolly
I look at
Romero done
Brian.
done more than Boots has.
No,
He
he has
been a
not.
two division
No, he's not,
champion.
BBL.
Nah, nah, but
He lost more
CDK,
than
He
Boots.
has
CDK.
never been a two division champion. Stop
Never.
lying.
You
Never.
stop lying. He had the interim belt at WBA. That
That's
makes him
not a
champion.
That
championship
don't
belt.
count. That
Stop
don't count.
lying.
BBL, he got a belt handed to him
He
at
he he
UFC
had a
out there.
WBA, and let's listen to where this is coming from. The same person that said the Mickey Mouse belts, which is the WBA regular belt, doesn't count, but now he wants to count an interim belt, and
Yeah.
he's fought for the WBA quote unquote from BBO the Mickey Mouse belt. But
Yeah.
now
Right.
you
He was
want to
fighting for the
count it
Mickey Mouse
when
belt.
you want to count it when the narrative fits your statement that you're saying. But when
Mm,
when it goes to somebody else, oh, that belt don't count. Man, get out of here with that, man.
mm.
You know, you BBL, you know you can't debate with me, dog.
Hold
You
on,
know,
hold
because
on,
I use
Slim. Hold
I
on,
use
Slim.
all your
Hold on,
words
Slim.
against you. I
Hold
use
on,
all your
Slim.
words against
Hey,
you. You
hey,
know
hey.
that.
I want to.
I'll get you in the debate, Slim. I'll get you.
No, you won't. No, you
I'll
You
won't.
get you,
get
man.
beat. That's what you get. You'll get beat by me. That's what you'll get.
Hey, sounds good. Might even make you feel good. I don't believe you. I don't
I
believe you
don't
can beat
care
me in
what you
debate.
believe. We know
I don't
what you
believe you.
believe. We know what you believe.
We can
You
set it up
believe Ryan
anytime you
Garcia
want.
was
If
gonna
you
knock
want
out
Let's
smoke,
say,
Tate.
we can set it
yeah,
up
We know what
anytime
you
you want. I don't
believe.
do all that talking.
You
let's say
believe
that.
that
I don't
Ryan
do all
Garcia
that
was gonna knock
talking,
out
Pre.
Tate.
If you want to
We know
debate,
what you
you
believe.
name the
We
day.
know
I'm a
what you
judge.
Let's
believe.
You
say
I'm a
right
name the
judge.
now.
I'm
day.
a
Right
judge.
now,
If
I'm
nigga.
a
you
judge.
want
I'm
to
a judge,
debate,
Rose.
we can
Right
debate. You name the
now.
day, punk.
Right
You name the
now.
day.
Right now.
Right
Hey,
now,
Name
nigga.
the day,
right
punk, and
now.
we'll
Right
debate. Me and you.
now. Right
Ain't
now.
nobody scared to debate you, bro. Anytime
Right
we'll debate
now.
anytime you want. You tell
He's
me the
scared,
day.
Man,
BBO,
say
right
right
now.
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 Tell
Right
me
now.
the day.
Right
BBO, he just
now.
invited you to
Tell
him
me
just
the
April
day.
now.
I'm
12th.
tired of you talking like you could just dog
No,
somebody, and I get
BBO.
whatever
Okay,
judges you
BBO.
want.
Uh-oh.
BBO.
I
BBO.
have I have knockout come
BBO.
hosted.
What you
BBO.
You
need
can't beat
knockouts
me
BBO.
in no
for?
debate. You
That's
stop
another
that
BBO.
thing.
bull
That's
crap.
Hold
You
on,
another
hold
can't
on,
thing.
beat
hold
me
on,
in no
hold on,
Quit
hold
debate.
on,
Get
hold
running
on,
from
out
hold
of
the
on,
here.
hold
people,
on,
BBO.
CDK.
You got your own
BBO.
brothers over here.
Put the phone to your ear so you can hear me. April 12th at 12:59, nigga, today. What are
I
you
ain't got
What's
time
talking
to
that
debate
about?
you
now?
today. I can't do it today. I gotta go to the panel.
Exactly. That's
What?
what I thought. That's what I thought.
But like I said, any day, you know what days we come on. Let's do on the days we come on. Don't try to
Man,
be
BBO,
slick.
I
BBO,
can't do it
BBO,
today. You up here, nigga. What you
BBO.
talking about? You up here right
If
now. What
if
you mean
I'm
you
about to
can't
knockout
get
do it
off
today?
here.
boxing,
I just came to show
hold
some
on one
love.
second. Hey, BBO, yeah, hey, Morgan Dane, y'all, hey,
Hey, y'all boys, wow.
shout out to knockout boxing, nothing against him. But if he ain't a part of FTN, he don't need to judge no debate. We judge our own debates. We got our
That's
own
a
people.
fact.
Oh,
That's
We
okay,
a
got
well
our
we
fact.
own
got.
group.
Well, you know, I don't want Free to say that I got unfair judges. Whatever we got
No,
to
we're
do,
gonna do
we
it
can
right,
do.
bro. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it
What
right.
you mean?
We're gonna do it right.
I'm pretty neutral between the two of y'all. I think
Yeah,
Prime
I'm
is
gonna do
Hey,
it
pretty
right.
neutral.
cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm getting tired of hearing Free running around here like he the best debater in town. I'm ready to come take the
He's the
crown off your
master
head.
Uh oh,
debater.
uh oh, uh oh, uh oh.
Wow.
Right now, nigga.
He
You
can
said
do a
now,
one.
Now,
You
nigga.
can.
now,
You can.
see, now I'm a
Oh
nigga.
man, I done knocked over the. You can do a one rounder
See,
right
now I'm a
now.
nigga. Okay,
The champ is,
okay,
hey, the
You
champ is
okay.
got
here.
to.
The
Shit, you a
champ is
You
here.
capper.
got to.
You a
I can't
capper. We
wait.
know
I'll
that.
crush you, man. Anybody you want to bring, I'm ready. No holds bars
You
debate. Me
not
and you,
no
Free. I'm tired of
BBO,
you talking.
BBO, BBO. You're not ready. You just said you can't do it today. You're not ready.
Well, not
Yeah, hey,
today.
BBO.
Well,
Exactly.
we
So
gonna
you're
be on
not
the
ready.
show. We're gonna be together
So
on the
you're not
show
ready. So you're
every
not
day
ready.
next week. What you talking
No,
about?
so you're not ready. You just said you can't do it today. So you're not ready.
I like how you did that. If you want to
You're
use
not
that to
ready.
duck me, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. You said name today. I said right now.
Look, I'm gonna say this, BBO. You can't scramble an egg and then ask me how I want it.
you you asked me to name the day. I said right now. Oh, I can't do it today. So you're not ready.
Man,
that boy, hey,
CDK,
CDK.
I'm gonna steal that one,
I
CDK.
like
You gonna
what you're
steal that
doing,
one?
man. I
You gonna
like
steal
what
that
you're
market
doing.
then?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
like
steal
what you're
that one.
doing,
That's
CDK. But get
crazy.
your hand out of the defreeze pocket. I like what you're
No.
doing.
I'm
But
BBO. I'm talking.
Oh,
I'm BBO.
wow.
I'm saying
Oh, wow.
BBO.
The
BBO.
disrespect is crazy
Now,
today.
listen, they don't disrespect. I don't take
This
it
is
as disrespect. It's
crazy.
my brother.
we having
Yeah,
some fun, man.
yeah, we having fun. I don't take it
This
disrespect.
this is all
BBO.
jokes. For anybody watch, this is all jokes. Me and BBO do this all the time. This is all
Yeah,
Nah,
Oh
jokes.
I
yeah,
know it's
yeah. That's
jokes, but
my
that
guy,
shit
man.
funny
You
as
know,
hell.
hey,
You
the
call
Puerto
that
Rican
metaphor.
really don't want to see me. That's my brother though.
BBO really don't want to see me. He got
BBO.
one lucky win that I gave it to him, and
Oh,
that
he
man
Oh,
think he
gave it
winning
to me.
everything. I gave
say
it to
what?
him.
Free? Say what?
I gave it to him.
Hey,
BBO, I let BBO pick the topics, and I smashed this man with his own topic. I
woo.
let
Oh,
him pick
but
the topic,
every
the
debate,
questions, and everything.
you didn't 3-0 me in none of the debates though. You
No,
got dropped.
BBO called me in the middle of a day, said we doing a debate tomorrow. It's
Yeah,
going to be Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather. You get Sugar Ray Leonard, I get, and he going to get Floyd.
I
I'm like,
remember
okay,
this.
I'm gonna take Sugar Ray Leonard. You gonna take Floyd? Bet. Okay, and I smashed him.
We did 100 and I think 140 views on that. So we
Hey, and
doing
that
our
was
thing.
hey
And
BBO.
I smashed him.
That's it. That's a great. Y'all two are great debaters. BBO, you're a great debater. I can't take nothing from you. When you being serious about this boxing thing, you're a great debater. Free
That
is
is it.
to me.
Anytime it's up to Nate.
Free is to me the top of the tier, top of the
Oh,
echelon
Don't
free the
knock
gentleman.
best
on the
debater.
better.
I give you the best debater, but I'm ready to come for that crown. I don't think you should have it.
Okay, okay.
I don't think you should have it.
You heard him, Free. You heard him. You heard him, Free. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Market Dan, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I ain't
I'm
got
a
nothing to do with that
judge.
prize. I ain't got
I
nothing to do
reserve
with
a
that.
judge role.
Because we know Marky my guy, but I beat Marky Dan and Marky Dan know boxing probably more than any of us.
No,
I
he
was in
don't.
it. You caught me.
No, he
You
don't.
caught me when I was
He
young
know
and
boxing more than
inexperienced
you.
in the game. You caught me when I was on
Boxing,
the come up, nigga.
Marky
Let me
Dan
tell
Because
you
know
something.
boxing.
Let me
Marky
tell you
I'll
Dan
something.
be
know
honest.
boxing. He just don't know how to
I
debate.
can go back a little bit to the 30s, but Marky be bringing up fighters I
BBO,
actually have never heard of. I had to
you
look
can't
up.
go back per you can't go back past Errol Spence.
Who?
Marky Dan know he know boxing. He just don't know how to debate. He just don't know how
Yeah,
to
he
debate.
can't
You know,
Yeah,
debate.
he
he
know
knows
boxing for
boxing.
sure.
I
No, he
I
know
am getting
boxing.
better. I give you that first round I had, that was crazy. I think I only talked for 40 seconds. So
Hey,
I give you that. I gotta
Market
get
Dan know
He don't know how
boxing.
to debate. He know boxing. He just don't know how to debate.
He know boxing better than the shit stain in his drawers. He know boxing.
whoa.
Hey, JG.
Market Dan, all
Shout
right.
out to you, man. Shout out to you, but all I'll say is this, man. When I come in that cell, you better be on that top bunk and be quiet so I can get some rest.
Hey, he said
That's all
free.
I'll
He gonna
say.
sit on you. He said free gonna sit on you, BBO.
No, like I told JG, all I say when I come in that cell, man, make sure my bed is made up and you be totally quiet when I come in so I can get some rest.
BBO, you know what you do every time. Every time we get to talking about boxing, you throw my whole damn live off and it go left. Every time.
How?
Cause you crazy.
Oh, okay, I'm crazy. Black man's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm crazy. I'm black. You want me to lie? How about that? You want me to tell a lie? No, hey man, I'm having fun though. Now let me ask you this, BBO, because I want to start with you and your honest opinion on the fight tonight. How you see the fight going tonight? Whatever happens, happens. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's gonna be a highlight. I think Boots probably winning the 8th or 9th round.
Okay,
He
so
gonna
under
take a
10
lot
and a
of
half,
chances.
under 10 and a half, which is the number. That's why I'm trying to get the betters to know, and I know you're gonna tell the betters the truth when it comes to anything.
Yeah, because my man YSM was telling me something I didn't know that I didn't realize that Boots had been really working on his punch placement this time. So
Okay,
they actually brought somebody into the actual camp to work with his punch placement. I think he
I
said,
ain't know that.
yeah, he said his last few fights he felt like his punch placement was off. So
Mm. That's crazy though, but that's a great thing to work on. To be honest with you, that's a great
Yeah,
thing to work on. Your punch placement means everything in boxing.
yeah,
yeah,
You
100%.
know what I'm saying?
I had never really heard of that, but that's what he said they was working on.
BBO, I've been around boxing a long time. I've never heard of that. Working on this punch placement. Well, yeah, I have kind of punch, but not like that. Not in that sense. Not in that
Yeah.
sense the way you saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's different. That's how octane I would
I
say.
never heard of punch placement.
Right? No, I've heard of punch placement, but how many people you know just work on just strictly take it out the, and just say, hey, we're gonna work on this through this
Man,
camp.
the real special fighters,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Floyd,
he said he
thank
hit
you,
a lot
Marky
of
Usyk,
Dan.
and Nui.
elbows,
You're right,
and
Marky Dan. You're right.
yeah, he said
You're
he hit a
right.
lot of elbows and gloves his last few fights, and he want to stop doing that.
Okay, that makes
So that's
sense.
something. That's something I did hear from my brother YSM about that. So and also too, one thing about Boots, people don't realize he might have looked drained, but for somebody who was with him, said he was perfectly fine.
Yeah, he looked filled out when he got on the
I ain't
scale. He
know
filled
he's
out pretty
not. He's
good.
Oh,
not
that's crazy.
drained. He's not drained. He
Come on
came
now.
in at 146 point what 4 or 3 or something like
Yeah,
that.
so yeah.
Stan Jones actually came in at 148. I mean 147. I'm sorry, 147.8.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no,
don't know. I
146.
did hear that.
Hold on, y'all. I apologize again. 146.8. Let me
Yeah,
get it right.
I did hear that. Boots is going to stay at that weight class though.
I heard that too, BBO.
Yeah,
I
I heard
heard,
that he's not leaving. So
but BBO, this is what I heard though. I heard he said 3 more fights.
yeah. But see, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm being normal, I'm gonna make him wait it out.
Why no, BBO? Give us the fight.
No,
You
no,
can
I'm gonna go
beat him.
get that. I'm gonna go get that belt from. I'm gonna go get that money from that dude from Japan. They got five
But guess
million
what?
dollars, man.
There ain't no money there. I
I
found
don't,
that
I
out.
don't, I don't believe that. Because
That's
like
what
I
he said.
said,
I don't know.
Junto
He said that on our
Nakatani.
show. He said that dude had $5 million.
What?
So
There
Like
ain't
I
no
said,
money.
I
No
don't believe it.
BBO.
I
I
don't
just
believe
seen
it,
it.
BBO.
BBO. You know what they just said? Hey, y'all know I go and look some stuff up, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie. You know how much
yeah,
they're trying to get that man for that fight?
how much?
$350,000, BBO.
That's much more believable for the Japanese economy. Like, bruh,
Yeah,
Junto Nakatani's the second highest seller over there. I don't think he even make $1 million.
yeah. I
And
know.
Nui
I
is the
look.
only moneymaker over there.
That's it. And they're trying to give him 350. They're trying to get. Go ahead,
I
Marky.
mean, hey, if Boots send that man an offer and they go fight the Japanese guy, he's definitely gonna be called a duck. Cause
Yep.
I
Yep.
gave him the pass with the last one because of the whole purse bid. But
Yep.
if Boots send him an offer and he doesn't take it, oh, he definitely ducking.
I
Mm.
think
He
I think
definitely
we giving
ducking.
him a lot of lenience because I mean we really look at it. Yes, he wanted $2 million, but them people started at 700,000. They got all the way up to 1.7. I mean that shouldn't be enough for you to make the fight.
No,
Thank
you
you,
know what?
Marky
I'm
Dan.
gonna put it like this. No matter what, and this is just, and you guys know, B Norman is my friend. But
Yeah.
no matter what, I say this, and this is me being totally, honest about this. I think for the fight, I think they were trying to get us a little bit more than that, and I think if they would have got the 2 million, they would have made it. To be honest with you.
Hey, BBO, I agree with you. Had they got the 2 million, I would have took it. But I'm gonna tell you what, my guy Bones, and he told me I can say this on stage, behind the scenes. Bones Adams told me. He said, "Man, there is no way possible you're supposed to turn down 1.7 million." And Bones said, in his opinion, they try to sell the belt to Boots. This came from
I
Bones.
heard, what's so funny, and I
I
asked Brian
mean
that
that
y'all was
could be
y'all was there when I asked Brian that. He said that wasn't true
I
because I
know.
thought
that
I'm
the
could
saying
same
be
thing.
he
the
can't
case, man.
prove it.
That could make sense because if Brian Norman's stock continue to rise, that number might rise past 2 million the next time they
Man,
want
put
to
it
go
back.
to the table,
But you
Eddie
know they
Hearn.
paid they paid a good
But
friend of
hold on,
mine,
you making
Prince,
that's not a good.
Charles Martin, $5 million take home. They even paid the taxes, so he made 5 million take home. Um, to fight Anthony Joshua, they said it was 10 or
That
whatever, but it really was 5 million take home. He took $5 million home for that IBF strap that Joshua got from him.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
I believe
that
that
was
he had.
that was
But people
Anthony
don't know that
Joshua's
I
Joshua
heard
fault.
it
fought
was
for five
I heard
hundred
it was
thousand that
7 million.
night, Creek.
I heard it. Wait, 500,000? What?
Yeah, he took Joshua pretty much gave him gave Prince Charles the guaranteed money and took the whole back
Yeah.
end.
Oh, he took the back end BBO.
Yeah, the back end
But
he
you
made almost
saying he
$30
only
million
got
dollars,
five
but he
hundred
was only
thousand
guaranteed
dollars?
500,000.
Mm.
You
He
said
was
Charles
That's
Martin
he
what
was
only
Prince
got
Charles
five
said. That's
hundred
what Prince
thousand
Charles said. That
dollars
could
to
be
go over?
wrong, but Charles said when they made that fight that Joshua thought he could beat him, so he took whatever to make it.
Dang. Hey, BBO, so you saying how much did Joshua make on the back end?
I don't know
Close to
because
He probably
30.
made a shit
it
ton of
wasn't
money. They
pay per view
packed out
over
the
here.
O2 that night.
Yeah, close to
It
30
wasn't
because
pay per view
Wembley, but it's
over
weird
here.
because Wembley they'll sell tickets for like $30.
No, but that fight was in the O2.
Oh, that was in the O2. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't pay per view over here. So I don't know what the back end money was because it was only pay per view for the UK. It
I
wasn't pay
know
per
it
view in the
did. I
states.
know it had a high buyer rate, but I think they only sell pay per views for less than 20 pounds over there.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of confusing. But from what Charles said, there was nothing Joshua wasn't going to do to get that belt. He was going to take whatever to get that belt.
Yeah, he was doing. He was
Oh,
willing to
okay.
do that for Martin, but he wasn't willing to do that for Deontay.
Oh, we all
No,
know
and
that.
he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. And that tells you everything.
I mean,
And
are you
let me
kidding
ask
me?
y'all a
Did you see
question.
And
Charles
the whole
Martin with his
boxing
tight
world
ass
know.
pants when he got in there, bro? Of course he'd take $500,000 to fight him.
You
Yeah,
said what?
I said, did you
I agree
see
with Morgan
Charles
Dan.
Martin tight ass pants when he got in the ring? Of course you take $500,000 to fight him. The dude was a
Yeah.
bum. Respectfully,
Hey,
CDK. That guy was a bum.
no. You. Let me tell you something. I appreciate that, Morgan Dan. I ain't gonna call him a bum. I'm gonna say this right here. He was not up to par.
He wasn't very good.
Yeah, he's not up to par.
He's just
He wasn't
okay.
on Joshua level. He had no business in the ring. But do y'all, speaking of that, do y'all want to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder still? How do y'all feel about that? Whoever
Hell
gonna
no,
start?
No, that fight's
I
hell
don't
no.
over.
That
understand
that
that.
I
that
wouldn't mind
ship
seeing
that
That
it.
ship
ship has
sailed
been
three.
sailed.
That
Yeah,
ship sailed 2 years ago.
yeah,
Thank you.
I wouldn't
facts.
mind seeing it.
Okay.
Or
BBL, what about you?
Deontay Wilder versus
Well,
Francis Ngannou. I wanted to
you
see
know
that
what?
fight
I
when
guess I would. You know what? I changed my mind. I guess I would rather if it came on and it happened. I'm definitely a watcher because I always wanted to see Kell Brook and Amir Khan fight, and when they fought, it turned out like how I expected.
Yeah. What
But I'll
about
tell
you,
you this.
to
BBL?
I'll
see
tell you this.
Hold on, let
So
me hear
why
from
not?
y'all.
Should I? I might as well watch
Hold on,
that
y'all.
fight.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Wilder
Go
is
ahead,
fighting a
BBL.
dishwasher next, so I don't think he would even be able to beat Joshua at this point.
he's fighting a Navy cook.
Yeah. So
But
that Joshua sells world class. Joshua just got done fighting for the IBF title, so I don't know about
listen, man, dude just
Wilder
made
being
me a
able to beat him.
salad. Dude just made me a salad last week. I went to the restaurant and they said he the one made that damn. He had the eggs and everything in that salad.
He
He's a great
Damn.
cook, but a boxer he's not. A boxer he's not. He make good salads. I mean, he make the best salad you ever have. But the boxing ring is not for him. Wilder,
no,
I'm
he
sorry.
not good.
Uh,
But
hey,
Wilder's not
BBO, I
good no
put
more. It is what it is, man. I don't know.
what happened? What happened, BBO?
Time
Go
out
ahead.
the ring and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury put hands on him, CDK.
Okay, what do you think happened? What y'all think happened? Free BBO,
Oh,
cause I
they
had
both ain't
Morgan.
the same. Y'all, you know that Tyson Fury would have beat Usyk easy before the Wilder fights. They
I believe that
I
too.
ain't gonna
I
say
believe
that.
they
that too.
both wasn't the same.
No,
I
he would
mean,
have beat him. He would have beat him. He would have
I,
beat
How
him.
you
be-
hold on.
how
If
you
you
I
think
how
about
you
it,
agree
you
with
done seen
BBL.
that's
Tyson
what
Fury get
Tyson
dropped in
Fury
all his
said.
fights?
I agree with
He
BBL.
told Wilder that he said we took too much out of each other. He said that's why I didn't want to fight you again,
Man, that's
Yep.
just a bullshit ass excuse from Tyson Fury, if you ask
But
me.
hold on,
bro.
but
I
Morgan
mean, if a
Daniel,
dude is punching you that hard, man,
is it
it's
true?
hard to
Is it
come
true?
back from that, man.
Right.
Morgan
Man, look
Daniel.
here. I don't know why we do this shit for certain guys, but we done
Try
seen
not to cuss
greats
too much, Morgan
go
Daniel, if
into
you don't
great
mind.
fights and then continue to have careers afterwards.
Man,
But
he got
Morgan
hit
Daniel,
with a
no,
Tyson Fury,
sledgehammer like 6 times.
hold on, BBL,
none of that
BBL, y'all.
Tyson Fury,
Yeah. Hold on one
none of
second,
that
Morgan
Tyson
Daniel.
Fury was still fighting at a high level after the
Hey,
Deontay
Morgan
Wilder
Dan.
fights. Go
Hold on,
ahead.
Morgan Dan. He was,
Mhm.
I apologize for cutting you off. He was fighting the high level, but it wasn't that same level. There's A plus and there's A minus. And Tyson Fury went from an A plus fighter to maybe a A minus after the Wilder fights. There is a difference. I'm not saying that he fell off the map. I'm just saying that we didn't see the same Tyson Fury. I believe we won for the scene.
Yeah, he was
It's
more
like with Spence
dominant.
and
Yeah.
Oh,
Crawford.
after the third Deontay Wilder fight, he puts Dillian White down for the count, six
He done. He
rounds,
done. Who
beats
is Dillian White
Chisora.
though? Did,
Uh,
hey, hold on. I
the
can't
only
hate on
fight I'll give
Chisora.
you, the only fight I will give you is the Francis Ngannou fight. It's no excuse for
Hold
that.
on.
It's
Hey.
what
I'm saying Marky Dan that he was not the same fighter. He was still a good fighter. He wasn't no bum, but he was not the same fighter.
I
He
ain't
was
doing that.
listen. Think about this right here, Marky Dan. We seen Chisora man go tooth and nail with man Usyk. We seen to me Dame Dubois or Dubois, however you like to pronounce it. I feel like he beat Usyk and got robbed. I'm saying the Titan Fury I know beats him. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I could be wrong.
I think that when we sit and I respect y'all opinion, but when we do shit like
Okay.
that, I think we taking away from the fighter that beat Tyson Fury, and that's Usyk.
No,
And we not
Uzi,
and
great.
hold on, CDK. And we not gonna sit up here and act like Tyson Fury wasn't putting foot to Usyk's ass for 3 to 8 rounds of that fight.
He
Usyk made the
was.
decision that he was gonna go to that nigga and put him down and make the fight.
Marky Dan, Marky
Come
Dan.
on now.
Come back on the cousin. No, I'm cool with that because come
Oh
back
my
on the
bad,
cousin
my
real
bad, my
quick.
bad, my bad, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, Marky Dan. I gotta agree with you on that. He was winning from 3 to 8. He looked phenomenal. I have to give you that. I can't argue with that at all. He looked great for a moment. But Free, let me ask you a question, Free. Do you think that Fury was the same fighter after the Wilder 3 fights?
Um, I never thought Tyson Fury was that good of a fighter. To be honest with you,
Okay.
I never thought. I mean, he was just bigger than everybody else, and he had boxing ability. But I never thought he was that good of a fighter because I've watched
Mm.
Tyson Fury from his early years up till when he fought Wilder. I just never thought he was that good of a fighter. That's why I always thought
Okay.
that Wilder would beat him because I didn't think he was that good.
And
Okay.
and
What
he's a
about you,
cheater
Brian?
too. I don't think I agree with Free. I don't think he was that good. He was bigger than everybody else with a little bit of skill. He had some skills. I ain't gonna say he
Yeah.
was a bum. He had Tyson Fury got some skills, and he know how to. And then he went down there and learned how to got with the Crunk gym and learned how to lean and fight like a big fighter and lean on your opponents and stuff like that. But I remember I watched Tyson Fury when he had hair, and I didn't think he was all of that. And he was cheating back then, and he just was just a dirty guy, and he got his. He lost a big fight, but he definitely wasn't the same after the Wilder fight. Because I feel like after that first Wilder fight,
Yeah.
maybe even the second one, if they wouldn't have fought again, I think he probably could have beat Usyk. I think that third fight with Wilder really took each other a lot out of both of them guys.
Yeah.
That third one was brutal.
I
Cause that
mean,
second one he cheated with the floppy gloves and all that, and he beat Wilder up. The first one was a good fight. I mean, Wilder should have won by knockout because I feel like it was a long count. I feel like Tyson Fury's eyes was rolling in the back of his head, but that third Fury and Wilder, it definitely took out a lot of them. Took some out of both of them brothers for sure. And they
yeah,
never was the same.
that the third fight was probably the only fight that was an actual fair fight.
Right,
And even in that fight, there was a long count, but
a
I
long
think
count.
there was no cheating involved because that first fight, that was the fight where Tyson Fury told Hatton to pull me gloves up. His gloves was he was fighting from his hands was in his wrist, in the wrist area of his glove. And there's pictures to prove where his knuckles was at, which was in the wrist area of the glove. So I think that third fight was the only fight where there was no cheating involved in that fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
Yeah.
honest with you. I do think Tyson Fury is a dirty dog.
dirty dog.
He's
Okay.
got some, he's got some PED. Like he had that one PED situation where he actually was banned from the UK for a little bit.
Yeah,
People don't even realize that because the farmer, he had elevated levels of testosterone, and his excuse was, "Oh, I was out there eating eating some boar testicles. I got the farmer right here. He could testify for me." The man never paid the farmer that he had
right.
lied for him, and the farmer snitched on him, and he got a ban. So, yeah, it's no denying it. Tyson Fury's a dirty dog,
And he loads gloves in
but
sparring when Nicholas Asbury caught him with
and
loaded
he
gloves
did
in
that.
sparring. That's
That's another
dirty.
situation
That's a
where
rat
he
move.
softened up he softened up the gloves and then was trying to go spar with somebody. That's crazy.
Nicholas Asbury was like, hell no, he went off, yo, as he should have.
Now that situation with even though I do give you the gloves were looking floppy and whatever, I'm not sure if I believe his knuckles were in the wrist because he would break his hand. So
Man, them
I'm not
gloves was
sure if I
flopping all
entirely believe
around,
that.
man. Them gloves was flopping all over the place, man. Them gloves don't be looking like that.
Hey, they showed me Ali shit flopping. They
Man,
showed me
that was back in the man.
yeah, that's back in the horsehair days, but he was wearing horsehair gloves, prize.
Yeah, Tyson, but them gloves, like you can see, bro, like the way he was punching with them Jones, bro.
No, but Marky Dan, you got to understand. Back then, they didn't have the thumb attached to the glove like they do now. So it was a different style of glove back then. The gloves that they
True.
make now is more firmer, and they have their wrist taped all the way up onto the glove. You can't have your glove flopping like that if it's taped up onto your wrist. His glove wasn't taped on his wrist. That's why he told him to pull his gloves up because his gloves was pulled down so he can have his hand in the wrist area.
But what if you throwing it? But what if you throwing multiple jabs and you just don't close your hand? Isn't your hand gonna flop a little bit?
No, no. There's no not closing your hand. If you ever put on a pair of gloves, your hand is
Yeah,
already formed into a fist. You're
yeah.
not gonna be able to
Okay.
have your hand open wide. There's no way you can have your hand open wide unless those gloves has been worn out for like months before you put them on. You have to have them gloves worn out. There's
That's
no
the
way
only
you
way.
put on a perfectly fresh pair of gloves and open your hand out flat. There's no way you can do that.
Well, I'm not gonna
And
disagree with you because I do agree. Tyson Fury is a dirty dog, so something could have happened in that situation. I ain't gonna deny that.
go ahead, bro. I
Well,
was grabbing you.
Tyson Fury's he's a dirty guy, man. So it is what it is. He lost. Usyk's the best of his time right now, But
Good.
I
Hey,
want to see a rematch with him and Dubois.
yeah, prize. I want to see that too. Is Usyk a top 10 heavyweight all time in y'all opinion?
In
No,
my opinion, yes.
no,
In my
no,
opinion.
No, not
no.
even close. Not even close.
Not it's not
Now,
even in the top 25, bro.
I mean,
Mm.
and to be honest with you, it's no fault to Usyk. It's just the fact of the era that he fought in. It was not a lot of great guys for him to prove that he was that good. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of great guys to prove that he was that good. It is no fault to him. It's just the way the way the crumble falls. So, but to say he's top 10 all times, no. Now
No way.
you could say he's a top or the greatest fighter of this era if you want to.
yeah.
For heavyweights, you could say that. But
Yeah,
to
that's
say
cool.
top 10 all time, nah. There's too many
Nah.
guys. So
Yeah.
you put him in front of Sugar Ray Leonard, you put him in front of Hagler, put him in front of Hearns, you put him in front of
No,
Hall,
Usyk,
you
what?
put him in front of Lennox Lewis, you put him in front of Holmes, you put him in front of Foreman. Nah, it's
Yeah.
too many guys. We can name on and on. I'm not putting him in front of none of those guys.
Me neither.
right.
Yeah, I say yeah, I respect your opinion for you. I say he's top 10 in my opinion.
Wait, you mean
Cause
top
there
10
what
heavyweights or top 10
Heavyweight.
fighters?
I'm saying top
Heavyweight.
10 heavyweights all time. Let me make it
No,
clear when I make my
he's
statement. This
still
is my
not.
opinion. This is
That's
my
cool.
Yeah,
opinion, prize. This is you
That's
can have
cool.
yours. So, like I was saying, I think he's top 10 all time. When you looked at what he did moving up from cruiserweight in the era of the Giants, the average heavyweight today is 6'4", 230 to 240 pounds. That's the average height and weight for a heavyweight today. Usyk moved up, beat Anthony Joshua. Now, Free made the point he doesn't think the fighters of this era are that good. Cool.
they
I
not.
respect, again, I respect your opinion. He still went to all these dudes' backyards. He went to Anthony Joshua's backyard, beat the hell out of him. When a lot of people said that AJ was going to knock him out, they said Usyk wasn't ready for heavyweight and all this stuff. Moves on, beats him again, goes and fights Tyson Fury. Again, I and a lot of people did not have him winning that fight. And again, he's outweighed against these dudes by sometimes 40 to even 80 pounds. And he's beating them the hell up. He almost knocked Tyson Fury the hell out. And then he comes back and beats him in the rematch. And so, on top of the fact, I think his resume and his performances at heavyweight cre- make him a credible top 10 heavyweight all time.
Okay,
On
let me
top of
ask
the
you
fact,
this.
hold on, I'm not finished, sir. On top of the fact, you look at his style and even his size. This dude, when you put him against guys like Joe Louis, I think he beats the hell out of Joe Louis.
Ain't going
You
that
put him
far
against
back.
Foreman, hold on. You put him against Foreman, and you can have whatever opinion you want. I done seen Foreman go in there and quit when you go past 5 rounds with Foreman.
He's not beating George
I
Foreman,
think,
brother.
hey, that's
He's
your
not beating
opinion.
George
I done
Foreman.
seen Jimmy
Now,
Young beat the hell
ain't
out of
opinion.
Foreman.
He would not be the prime Foreman no day of the week. And
Jimmy
hold on,
Young.
No,
now we went to the part where
let
George
me let me
Foreman
let me
had
let me
never
let me
fought.
hold on.
George Foreman had
He said
never fought a southpaw before. On top of the fact,
man, he a
hold
kid.
Usyk
up,
is Usyk.
hold up,
You
hold up.
crazy?
I'm not
Let me ask
done.
this
You
question.
I'm
crazy?
not done.
Is you
Let me ask
crazy?
this question.
Are you
Hold up, we got
crazy?
to
Usyk is
let me
the
Yeah, I'm
same
crazy. I
size as
told you that.
George Foreman.
hold up,
I
Marky
told you
Dan.
that
Hold up,
already,
Marky Dan.
Morgan. Day. I'm
Marky Dan.
crazy.
Marky Dan. We look at the guys that Usyk fought. We all you right now is going off of what you believe he would do. We're going off of the
Let's do it.
guys that he actually fought. Based off of his resume, do you consider him a top 10 all-time heavyweight based off of his
No,
resume?
Do you
Because if you
no.
consider
look,
Joe? Hold up.
be- no,
Yes.
because when you look at the top 10, they go off based off their resume. Based off their
You
resume.
base it off of their resume. I base it
That's
off of not
That's
only
what
the
it should be
resume,
based off
I
that's what
of.
base
you
it.
that's what I'm
Listen. Let me have my opinion. I can have yours. Let me talk. Okay?
no.
You been
Like I
talking.
said, the man, hold on. Like I said, nobody from them eras that y'all are talking about has ever seen a heavyweight like Usyk. Six
What?
foot three, 230 pounds is a huge heavyweight back then. On top of the
I don't
fact
care
the
about
man
none
could
of that.
box his ass off and
No,
switch from
I don't
southpaw to
care if you
orthodox.
change your
They never seen a
daggone
dude like
I don't
him.
care about you
accent or
changing your voice.
anything. You changing
You
your
still
accent
sound
does
horse.
not make me going to agree
No,
with you
because
because
y'all
you
are
changed your
pissing me the fuck
accent.
off. My bad, TDK.
No,
He went
Marky
back to his
Dan, you
native
speak.
tongue. He went to his native tongue.
no, that man has
Hey,
changed his
Salute to
accent.
that.
Think that we're going to agree because he changed his accent.
I
You
don't
still
need you
an
to agree.
American.
I
I'm
just need
still
you to
going
be
to say
Surprise,
silent
your
when
my
I
guy.
accent.
talk, you bastard.
Marky Dan. Marky Dan. Marky Dan.
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know. I don't know, and I changed mine. But let me tell you. Okay, on the real Marky Dan, let me say this right here, bro. I can't see that. I don't care about none of that because I feel like every heavyweight that I would name that would beat him would beat everybody he fought. He's not better than Muhammad Ali. He's not, in my opinion. He's not better than Lennox Lewis. He's not better than a 19, 20-year-old Mike Tyson. He's not better than Joe Frazier, Joe Foreman. I'm going through the boxes in my mind. There are a lot of boxes he couldn't beat. He wouldn't beat a Big Daddy Bo. I said Big Daddy Bo. That's how far I'm willing to go. He wouldn't beat Bo. I'll let you
Evander
know.
Holyfield.
Evander
He wouldn't
Holyfield
beat a
beat
Van
Bo.
Holyfield. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't beat a
A
Holyfield.
215-pound Evander
He wouldn't
Holyfield
beat
beat
him.
Bo.
He wouldn't beat him. He wouldn't beat him. You seen what Van
Hey, you
Holyfield
know
able to
what? That's
do.
your opinion. I respect it.
Well,
I
he didn't.
respect yours too, Morgan Dan.
He didn't flip to Marky Don Dada on you real quick. Know what I mean? Shout
He
out
went
Marky
back to his
Yeah.
Dan.
native tongue.
Don't pull no
Bastard.
AK on me. I'm telling you something, Morgan Dan. Don't you ever pull that gun on me no more.
No, I'm just going off of, like I said, I'm just going off when you look at top 10 heavyweights, you say why do you say that these guys are top 10 heavyweights? And majority of the people give these guys credit for the people that they beat. You can have an excellent boxing style and become an undisputed champion, but never fought anybody that we believe is that good. That doesn't
Right.
take away from you being undisputed or anything. You just wasn't. You just didn't have the luxury of having good fighters in your era. So that
That's
doesn't
it.
take away from you being undisputed. You still beat everybody that you were supposed to be undisputed. But
So
Yeah.
let
because
me
you
ask
beat
a.
those guys does not mean that you are better than these guys because you
Can I
beat
ask a
those
Nope.
question?
guys.
What is Mike Tyson a top 10 heavyweight in y'all's opinion?
No, no.
Okay, fair. Okay, that's all I wanted to know for you. Okay, fine. That's all I wanted to know.
You
I
talking to
just
D
wanted to
free.
know.
You're
I
not
just asked the
you're not
question.
talking to
God
the
damn,
average
Free.
dude. You talking to D free. I know about these guys' resume.
Marky
I
Dan,
know about
by
who
that
they
same
fought.
omission, do you think that he can beat Mike Tyson? Prime Mike
No.
Tyson versus Prime Music?
No.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Mike would
If
knock
he
him
get
out.
past the third round, hell yeah.
That's gonna be
He
tough
won't.
to do.
He
Mike
wouldn't be the
Tyson
prime Mike
has
Tyson at
showed me time
19.
and time again he don't got no heart in his career.
Bro,
I
we
say a
talking about
prime Mike
Mr.
Tyson
Bottle.
is. I'll say a prime Mike Tyson is a top 10 heavyweight. He might round off
Yeah.
at 10 for me
Yeah.
though.
Who he fought though?
Listen, hold
But
on.
who he
I
fought
don't
though?
care about none of that.
Hold on. I don't care about
Oh,
none of
so
that.
now we
Hold
don't
on.
care about none of that when it
Hold
comes
on.
to
Let me say this.
Tyson.
Let me say this.
I'm basing it
Hold
off
on,
his
y'all. Hold on.
skill
Hold on.
wise. Skill
Marky Dan.
wise.
Marky Dan.
Oh,
I'll say this, Marky Dan. Mike Tyson is 19 and 20 years old to me. Free said he in top 10. And I respect Free opinion. Mike Tyson at 19 and 20 years old, I feel like Mike Tyson was a top 10 heavyweight. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
me
Yeah,
Now,
too.
I mean, yeah.
you know what I'm
If
saying?
you going prime for prime, then
Yeah,
you can say
just
that. But
prime.
I'm
Prime.
going
For,
overall. I'm going
I know
overall
what you're doing,
career.
Free. I know what you're
all
doing.
right, Free.
Yeah,
That's fair. Free. That's fair.
That's
That's
fair.
fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Fair. Yeah. I'm just talking about free 1920 Mike Tyson dog walk
He
Usyk.
ta- he
Dog
talking
walk.
about he
Yes.
talking about pre Robin Givens.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
Pre Robin
Custody
Givens.
Amato, Kevin Rooney type. You know what I mean? Get in there, Mike Seven. And see him,
yeah.
Kevin was screaming them numbers out. Mike
That
Tyson.
Mike.
I
Cause
That
think he
I
Mike.
was a
did.
That Mike.
focused Mike Tyson. A focused Mike Tyson minus all the abuse and the stuff that he been through. Like as far as like his drug and alcohol use and being taken advantage of. He was like, you know, done the right way, dog, I feel like he was definitely top 10. But I understand what Free's doing. If you go by career wise, then I
Yeah,
wouldn't disagree and say no, because it's hard to do that. But he did. I mean, Mike beat who he's supposed to beat, but he did it in
yeah.
a ferocious way.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
I can't hate on Tyson for like the stuff that happened after he went through that relationship with Robin
Yeah.
Givens, his mom, and
Yeah,
Don King, because they put on a display of how to break somebody down. They
yeah.
took somebody and made him believe he was a bad person. He
Mm-hmm.
was a troubled person, and in the process they medicated the heck out of him. Like he
Hmm.
was fighting fights on medication, heavy medication. And sometimes he fought fights staying out there chilling with 10 or 15 girls and smoking and
Yeah,
Hmm.
drinking all night, man. I I mean, I'm not going to ever take away from Usyk. Usyk, for what he's in his era, he's
yeah.
a bad dude. He's
Yeah,
a bad
that's
I
dude.
fine.
mean,
He could be the best of his era. That's cool.
yep.
I just
Hey,
know
hey,
that
let me ask you this, Marky Dan.
I bet I was
Do
on the
you
phone.
think do Let me ask you this, Marky Dan. Do you think Usyk is better than Henry Grep?
Better than Harry Greb?
Yeah.
I mean that's no, no. But that's different eras though.
Hey, I'm saying he's part of one of those guys
I
that
mean,
you
Harry
might
Greb was a
consider
crazy ass fighter.
heavyweight
He
all
fought
time.
everybody from middleweight to light heavyweight, and he was beating up
Yeah,
on heavyweights.
I
So I
would
mean,
say
yeah.
that's just a different era altogether.
you,
That
Market
man,
Dan, let
that
me ask
man,
you this though.
that man went
that's it right
that
here.
man went 50. He went 52 and 0 in 1 year and
Yeah,
7 months.
yeah, he did that. Like
That's
that nigga was
crazy, ain't
crazy,
it, free?
and
That's
he
crazy.
fought his entire career with one eye free. With one
Yeah,
Oh,
fucking
I
eye, he
know.
did all
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
I
One
know.
eye. That's a bad man, Market Dan, right there. That's a
Yeah,
bad
hey,
man, man.
hey, CDK, I gotta jump off of here. I gotta take care of some business real quick.
Okay, okay.
I don't want to.
Let
I'm
me
a
ask you
Easy,
a
sister.
question,
man.
Market Dan.
Peace
Market
out.
Dan, let me ask you this. Do
All
you
right, problem.
think Prime Lennox Lewis and Usyk who wins?
I got Lennox Lewis.
Mm-hmm. I do
Too
too, definitely,
tall,
definitely.
great jab. I think he'd be able to actually keep the distance on Usyk like Tyson Fury couldn't. Cause Tyson Fury let
Oh, I
Usyk get
agree.
inside of
I
him too
agree.
much.
I agree. Mr. Hill, what do you think about that fight, Usyk and Prime Lennox Lewis?
Prime
No, I
Lennox
don't think.
Lewis, man. Go ahead, D free.
No, I was gonna say I don't think Usyk beat none of the top heavyweights from the '80s and '90s.
Yeah.
None
I
of them.
What
think
you say, Mr. Hill? What you think?
I think that prime the Lennox Lewis that was with Emmanuel Stewart is tough for
Yeah.
a lot of fighters to beat. That man was using that jab like it was nobody's business, and on top of that, he can combination of it. He had a lot of pop to his punch, and he was very very smart with the way he used all his punches and he used his feet. He'd be a tough match for Usyk. I don't count Usyk out of fights. It's just that the people he might be going up against are just special. Like Prime Ali before the
He's
jail
pretty
time.
special, Tommy Hill.
Oh yeah, he is. That's why I say I don't count him out of any fights. But if you put him in the ring with Prime Ali, Prime Usyk, I
Yeah,
don't think it's
Cassius
close.
Clay. Yeah, Cassius
Yeah,
Clay. That's something different.
the one that
Hey,
went in.
hey. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hill. This is what I want to say right here about that. This is what I think people always miss, and I could be wrong. Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson, to me, got similar styles, but I
Mm-hmm.
think Mike Tyson is Joe Frazier 2.0 in his
I
prime.
agree.
So
I
the
agree.
reason I believe he gives Ali a hard time and a very hard time is because Ali struggled against Joe Frazier. So I
I'm
could
gonna
be wrong.
disagree
I
with
could be
you.
wrong. You
I'm
know what I'm
gonna
saying? I could be
disagree
wrong.
with you for the
No, I
simple
just say
fact
it.
that I don't think Tyson had the conditioning, and I just don't think he had the will that
Hey,
Joe Frazier had.
uh,
I think
Market Day.
Ali would
Hold
take
on. We talk
Tyson.
about 19, 20-year-old Tyson. I seen him go
Yeah.
12 rounds
Hey,
with Tony Tucker. Hold on. I'm gonna
Hmm.
make a point there. That's my era. Then I was able to watch these fights. I really watched them. I watched Mike Tyson go 12 rounds with Tony Tucker. You know what I'm saying? And with no problem. With no problem. So that Tyson right there had great conditioning. 19, 20-year-old Mike Tyson had great conditioning. Am I wrong, Mr. Hill or Free? Y'all was
no,
able
no,
to
you,
agree
no,
with me.
you,
I
you,
think
no,
Tony
you,
Tucker.
no. He had great condition. The only thing
He
that
had
I
great
say
condition.
I
I'm gonna
disagree
put
with.
some on
The
there.
only thing I say I
What about
disagree with.
What's over there?
Yeah, the only thing that I disagree with was when Muhammad Ali fought Joe Frazier that first time. That was Muhammad Ali
Yes,
just
sir.
coming out of jail.
Oh, it
He had
was.
he had
You're
that
right,
long
Free. You're
he
right.
had that long layoff. He had that long layoff. He wasn't active in the ring, and he was trying
You're
to
right.
get back to being a champion. So Joe Frazier had his way with Muhammad Ali in the first
I,
fight, but the
I
second
agree.
fight,
I agree.
oh my
I'm
God,
a
the second fight,
I'm a disagree with you.
Frazier couldn't do nothing
What you
with
say,
Muhammad
Morgan?
Ali the
Then?
second fight.
I'm gonna disagree with you, Free, just for the simple fact that, and I think that second fight was, I think that was action packed because Joe Frazier almost got Ali up out of there in what, like the fourth round, and he would just keep catching him. And I give you, Ali was dominating that. He was dominating that second fight at certain points, but Joe
Yeah.
was always keeping him on his toes, especially with
Right.
that left hook. But my
Right.
point I just wanted to make, I think Muhammad could have won that first fight. I don't know.
Oh
Joe was
yeah,
just on some different
yeah.
shit
Oh
that
no, it
if
was
he
a
hadn't
great
got
fight. It was
dropped
a
in that
great
last
fight.
round, if he hadn't gotten dropped in that last round, and we saw the version of Ali that just empties the tank in the last round, I don't know. I think he could have won
Hey,
that
Market
fight.
Dan, and you 100% correct. Only thing I was saying, Market Dan, Mr. Hill and Free, is that to me, Mike Tyson in his prime was Joe Frazier 2.0. So I'm talking about the struggles that I seen, and Free is correct. That first fight, Ali was coming back, man. He was coming back. So every point y'all made is good. I just feel like, man, prime Mike Tyson, we really don't. I think people sometimes just underestimate how good he really was.
I mean, he
That's all.
never
That's all.
proved it. He never proved it against his
Well, no, he
contemporaries.
proved it to me, and it's nothing I
He
say. I
didn't
don't
prove it
like.
against Lennox Lewis. He didn't
Hold
prove it
on, hold on.
against Holy. Okay, I'm just saying, CDK. I
Your boy
mean,
said something though. Lennox Lewis said something that's key, and I want people to remember this. This came out of Lennox Lewis' mouth. He told the dude he was talking to in the interview, I don't really want like credit for that fight. That wasn't the Mike Tyson that I knew. That he said Mike Tyson not the
oh
present was
yeah,
not the
yeah.
same. You know what I'm saying?
That
So that y'all
that
see what I'm
that
saying, Mr.
version
Hill?
of Mike in what year they fought? 2000 or
Yeah, that wasn't
1999?
Mike Tyson. Yeah, that
Yeah, I
wasn't
give
Mike.
you that. I give you that.
You see what I'm
But
saying? And I ain't saying that. Lennox Lewis said that. He said he didn't feel like that was the same Mike Tyson. So that's why I always go back to resort back to the 19,
No,
20-year-old Mike Tyson. Because I know, like Free and Mr. Hill, I don't know how you was you able to really watch those fights,
that's
Morgan
the
Dan.
story.
But
That's
man,
the
he was different.
I
What you say,
saw
Mr. Hill?
well, I seen him fight Bone Crusher Smith, and I seen
Okay.
Mike. And the thing I learned about Mike in that fight is he not really a great inside fighter. He the type
You don't think so?
what you would call him is
Huh?
like he fights he lunges from the mid or from mid to long range and he'll put you to
You
bed.
see him fight
But when
Razor
you get
Ruddock?
him in there, you could tie him up. You could really push him around on the inside, and he
Did
doesn't
you watch the
really
Razor
let
Ruddock?
go.
Did you watch the Razor Ruddock fight?
Which one? Yeah. I seen that fight. Yeah. But
That man.
but look what happened in the later half of the fight.
But
And
listen,
it's
I'm
exactly what
saying,
I'm saying.
but Mike
Razor
Tyson.
Ruddock. Uh huh. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll let you go. I'll go after you.
No, I was
Go
just
ahead,
saying.
bro.
But
My
look
fault.
what happened
Oh,
in
go
the
ahead.
later half of the second fight. Razor Ruddock started to get off on Mike, and that's
I
really
think
all
Mike
I'm.
Tyson was a phenomenal mid-range fighter. Uh, and I think he also could fight on the inside. Mike Tyson only 5'10", 5'9.5" when you really think about it, when you see him. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? One of y'all, he's about
nah,
five
nah.
nine
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
a
he's
half,
you're
right?
5'11".
absolutely right.
Yeah,
He's
he's that.
5'10 and a half.
Yeah, he's 5'10" and a half. He's not tall. Mike Tyson has always fought bigger heavyweights. So we always seen, you know what I'm saying, him had to be up against, you know what I'm saying, that right there, that obstacle in front of him. So he had to fight on the inside. Maybe it's a little more mid range. I understand what you're saying, Market Dan. Uh, what you're saying, like with the lunging and stuff that he had to do. But that was to get on the inside. A lot of the lunging and stuff you seen from Mike Tyson was to get closer, to get in range. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's what
mean,
it was
I
all
give you
about.
this. When he break his dude down, then yeah, he's an
Oh yeah,
inside
yeah,
fighter.
yeah,
He trying to get you the hell up out of there. I don't disagree
yeah.
with that. But
No,
I
when
do
I
he
look.
think I
Hey,
think
when
free.
what
he's
you
setting
saying,
up, go ahead.
no, I
Go
was
ahead,
gonna say
free.
what I think you see, Marky Dan, is Mike Tyson. He's a smaller heavyweight, and he was fighting
Yeah.
bigger guys.
Yep.
Mike Tyson was only 5'10", and his
Yep.
biggest weight at his biggest weight was
Two.
only like 225. And
Yep.
these
Yep.
guys was like 6'3", 6'5", and they was wearing like 250, 260. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those guys was able to kind of bully Tyson because he was so small on the inside. So those guys
Yeah.
were just pushing him back. It wasn't like they was
I
throwing
agree,
shots.
free.
They were just pushing him back. But with Mike Tyson, that was his best game, was mid-range and inside fighting, because he was
Yep.
always
Yep.
smaller than everybody.
Yep, he was, and that's what I said. Free. His mid-range game was top tier, and that's why I understand what Marky Dan says. Like inside, because his mid-range was so good of him lunging in. But when he got inside, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Marky Dan. And that's what I always say. We talk about power punches. I think what goes really unnoticed with Mike Tyson for a lot of people that they know about the power, but they don't realize, man, his left and right hand was both phenomenal, man. He had power in
oh
both of
yeah,
those hands.
double left hook, right up,
Yeah.
or was it right or double right hook to the body, right left uppercut? I can't remember what the combination is, but that shit is crazy.
Man, I know what you're saying. Mr. Hill, you older than me. You know what I'm saying? You got this. What far as power? Where would you rank Mike Tyson's power, like of all the
As
boxers
far
we
as
fought?
power, I'd say he's top five as far as power. I don't
Okay.
think that's even a question about power. I think
Okay.
there are some people who hit harder, but I think there's very few. Very few.
And
I know
what about
Foreman
I'm
was
telling
a
you,
hard
even-handed?
punch.
I think for me, number one, and this is my opinion, number one is Lennox Lewis. Number
Hard puncher?
two, yes, absolutely, Tommy Hill.
You
Did you
know,
watch
hey,
Lennox Lewis's
Markadan,
career?
Markadan, you know Lennox Lewis is my favorite heavyweight, right? You know that. I think y'all have heard me say that. I still don't believe that Lennox Lewis had the power of Foreman. That's just my opinion. But I respect your opinion. Lennox Lewis hit real hard. But I don't think
Man,
Oh,
he
he
hit
took
harder than.
Jesus
Go
Christ.
ahead,
Did
John.
you see what he did to Rockman? Oh my God. He turned him into a starfish. And that's
My
not
favorite
even so
heavyweight.
he
Lennox
almost
Lewis,
the man
Lennox
almost
Lewis.
blinded Tommy Morrison.
What'd you
No,
say,
that man,
Free?
that man was not. He was not the biggest puncher at heavyweight
No,
all
I wouldn't
time.
say that either. I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
that.
Hey, it's my opinion, like I
if
say.
we
Oh, it's
talking
your
about
opinion. You know we respect
eh,
opinions on here.
no, if we talking about all time, the biggest puncher, I don't even
Yeah.
think it's a heavyweight. I'm looking at
No,
guys
I
like
know.
Jackson, who
No,
was
no. I'm talking about
From
just top
St.
five
Thomas,
heavyweights.
United States Virgin
Like,
Islands, Julian Jackson.
hold on.
Big
I'm
up, big
looking
up.
Free,
Yes, I.
free. Just top five heavyweights.
We're talking about
Mr.
heavyweight
Hill
though, Free.
said
top
Tyson was.
top
Yeah,
five top
Was
I
a
was
five
top
about to
five
go through
heavyweight.
heavyweight.
my top five. Just quick free.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead,
Go ahead.
Marky Dan.
One
Go ahead,
number
Market
one,
Day.
Lennox Lewis. Number two, I say Sonny Liston. What the man did, he cleared out heavyweight from 10-1, knocked all them niggas out before he even became champion. Like that nigga's up there. Three, I say Joe Lewis. Four, I give you Tyson. Five, who would be my five? George Foreman. George Foreman. I almost left Foreman off that shit. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Free your list, free. I'll get mine free. I'll get
Uh,
mine real quick. Oh,
top
go ahead,
five,
free.
top five. All day, probably. I'm in no particular order. I'm just saying top five all time. Foreman, Mike, um, Ken Norton,
Mm.
um,
Damn.
Ernie Shavers,
Shavers.
Okay.
That was a bully.
Yeah.
Oh
um,
yeah, that's a fact.
um, and I'm trying to think. Jordan, Ernie Shavers. I got two more. I'm trying to think. Two more. Um. Oh,
What about
Deontay Wilder.
Okay. Yeah.
Um. And probably my last one is probably trying to think. Because there's a lot of guys I'm forgetting. It's a
What do
lot
you
of
think
guys
about Ron
forgetting
Lyles
a ton of
power
things.
free? What do you think about Ron
What about
Lyles
Oh,
power?
Ron
Rocky
Lyles, that's the other
Marciano?
one. Ron Lyles. Ron
Yes,
Lyles.
sir.
That's the other
Ron
one.
Lyles.
Ron
What
Lyles.
about Rocky Marciano? I think could be up there too.
Great power. Great
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 power.
power,
I
Rocky
think. I
Marciano.
think it was more so the punch that he had. He had this weird ass punch that would, when it hit you, it caught you,
Yeah.
and you didn't really see it as much, so it did
Man,
damage. But he had mad power though. I
if you
wouldn't.
see
I
what
would.
Okay, Mr.
Marciano
Hill,
did to
I'm gonna get
Jersey
my
Joe,
list. I'm gonna let you go
then
last, Mr. Hill. But I'm gonna give y'all my list, and I'm trying to put it in order. This is my list in order, kind of. I'm gonna say for me, Foreman one, two. I'm going with Ernie Shavers.
I'm with you
Three,
so far.
Deontay. Okay, three. I gotta do this, and people are gonna probably look at this and be like it's crazy. But Deontay Wilder has phenomenal power, no matter what we think about his boxing
Let me
skill.
get
So I'm gonna go
24.
three Wilder. Now four, I'm going with Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And five on my list, man. mm, that five spot is hard for me to say. We know on the Mount Rushmore there's only four people. So if I just had to go with four, that's my top four right there. Go ahead, Missy. That's my top four.
Hey, well, my top five is similar to yours, except that I
Yeah,
also got Foreman,
yeah,
Shavers, Liston,
yeah,
Tyson,
I agree, yo, daddy.
and
yeah,
then that fifth one is either Wilder or Lyles.
yeah. Oh,
Go
let me
Wilder.
tell your daddy this.
I go
That's a
Wilder.
cold list. That's a cold list. Yo, daddy, the only reason I don't put Rock now we can if you're going off uh off power per weight, what I mean, you know what I mean, yo, dad, like Rocky Marciano had a monster punch. But if we're going off just horsepower in the ring for I can't put him in the my top five, but he can go in top five. It's like you just looking at pound for
Yeah,
pound.
that's what I'm
Because that's
saying.
where I think it comes in the pound for
I,
pound when it comes to
A
power.
lot of people don't like to give
in
Rocky
your
Marciano that type of credit because he
I
fought
give it to
Ezra
him.
Charles,
Yes, sir.
Jersey Joe
I give it to
Walcott,
him.
Joe Lewis. He fought all of them when they were old.
He did.
So
They
that's
was old. They was old. They was
yeah.
old.
let
So
me
Rocky
put this
Marciano.
disclaimer while you continue to go, Marky, because you're making an absolute astute point. They were older. They still were better
no,
than
yeah, yeah, they were still bad boys.
95% of the fighters that they were. They just were not what they used to be.
Right. Right.
That's a fact.
But he still beat champions though. We got to make sure that
Hey,
we put that disclaimer. So you starting off right on fire. You right about that, Marky Man.
Ezra
so it
Charles
is.
fought somebody, and he was a killer. Eddie something.
Oh, Eddie, dang, hold on. I know exactly what
And
you're talking
he
about.
was a
Hold on.
killer. If you go look up the news clippings at the time, everybody was saying he was the most dangerous man at the time, and was saying
I
he
know
was
I saw
supposed to
that.
be champion. And
Hey,
Ezra Charles cleaned him up in 2 rounds.
so
That's,
when y'all think about all this, man, 'cause we having a good boxing conversation right now. We got the power. When I think about my
Bob Satterfield.
okay, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know, and he supposed to have had a heavy punch, heavy hands.
Man,
I
they
thought he
said he was a
did.
killer. I think they said
Yeah,
he was
I
an
was saying.
army. He was an army ranger.
Let me ask y'all this. When you think about like we got to go back and watch film on certain fighters. When I think about my Mount Rushmore of like the best boxers, no weight class. I'm talking about just the best ever. Do y'all feel like, man, do we have to include like what you ain't seen? Like, how do y'all feel about that when people include what they ain't seen, but just
I
go off hearsay or film? How do y'all feel about that?
I think and I agree with that to a certain
Yeah,
point. I get why people would say I can't rank Harry Greb because look,
yeah,
performance is a part of it. And if
right,
you can't get an exact look at, or if you can't rate the performance with your own two eyes, and you relying on another person's secondhand information, I mean, you can't really honestly give a correct rating, in my
right.
opinion. You can't fairly rate him against another fighter you've actually seen. So
Yes, sir.
I think what I do is I separate it from the modern era to the old era. I separate them two. I separate it at the 1980s.
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
fair, or the 70s,
What,
really.
what about you, Free or Mr. Hill? How y'all feel about that?
well, I'll say this. You said eyewitness, right?
Yes, sir.
To me, eyewitness means you was literally at the event. But a lot of
Yeah.
us were never really at the event. We saw it on television. We have
Yes,
ways
sir.
to see and view things today on screen, and most of it is enhanced because now they got things that will allow for them to enhance the picture in which they looked at it. A person like Marky Dan, who is much younger than we are, he
Yes.
can still see the fights. And seeing the
Yes,
fight,
sir.
he can see the competition that he went against, and he can say, "Yo, you know what? That's a bad dude, man. He was able to do this, 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 and that." I mean, to take it a step further, when he was talking about inside game with Tyson, I will give him some leeway on that because inside game ain't just throwing punches. It's
Right.
how you position your person. Like
Foot
my
movement,
man,
everything.
foot movement, posting,
Arm
framing,
positioning.
peeling down the guard, swinging your head. All these things are what compromise excellent inside game. So I'm not going to say that he not entirely correct with that because there's a lot of fighters who could benefit from doing that. Man, it's one fighter who scaled many weight classes, held many titles. And the reason why he was able to do that is because when he was close to you, he was giving you looks you never seen before.
Yeah.
Never seen before. Little dude went all the way up five dang divisions and held titles and all them dang things.
Floyd
Because
Yeah,
he
Mayweather.
was,
Floyd.
yeah,
His name
Floyd
is
was
Floyd.
bad too. Yeah, Floyd was it was textbook. It's somebody that a lot of people don't talk about. But when you think about the top fighters, he's definitely one of them though.
Who you
And
talking about?
Oh, you talking about Henry? I mean, Harvey
Henry, Henry,
Branson?
yeah,
Jimmy
with
Armstrong.
Henry
Who?
Armstrong.
Oh yeah. What? Who don't
Man,
acknowledge
you
Henry
look
Armstrong
at
as a
a
great
fight of
fighter?
his. Go ahead, my bad,
No, no,
Marky.
no. I was just asking who don't acknowledge Henry
It's a
Armstrong
lot,
as a great fighter, as
bro.
a
It's a
brainer.
Hey, but
you will look at him, and because he's in black and white, people will say, "Oh man, he wasn't fighting nobody's heart." It
That's a
ain't
fact.
that,
That's a
man.
fact.
When you look at that, you look at what he does in the ring, subtle things like you said, bro. It don't even look like it's much. Me and Aunt McQueen had a talk about this. Like a lot of people hate on Stanionis, but Stanionis wastes little movement. Michael Jordan wastes little movement. Kobe Bryant wastes little movement. It's about efficiency in small spaces so I can get my
Facts.
opponent. And that's what Armstrong, and that's what and what you said before Armstrong, who many people say is the best fighter of all times. The reason why we have a pound for pound list, they did that in bunches, and it was hard to adjust to because like it can look like you're right there. I got him nailed, and then he do something that either takes you out of your balance, takes you out of your position, or takes you out of your angle, and it's just so slight. And that's the thing that I gotta give Bevo a lot of credit for because Better B was really good at that type stuff, and Bevo was able to adjust to it. It's
it
kind of
was.
slight, but it's something that's so significant. And like when he says that, yeah, Tyson didn't have those nuances. But if he got up close on you and he hit you with some stuff, it's like getting struck by lightning. It hits you just right where you grounded and you can't move.
He can set you still, is what I call it. He
Oh,
can set you
yeah,
still.
Nah,
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
that point you made by Henry Armstrong, that's absolutely correct. Like, but a lot of fighters couldn't fight back in his era. They couldn't fight against his style, to be honest. But that dude, he was constant motion, and he fought
Constantly.
earlier in the era when they were fighting 20 round fights, and he
Talk
would do
about
that
it.
shit no problem.
Talk about
Knocked
it.
out 26 dudes in 1 year. Was
Talk about
moving
it.
up from 126 to 147,
Yep.
135. Held all three of them weight classes at the same time. Would have been the
Yep.
middleweight champion if they didn't rob him.
They
Like,
robbed him.
So
nah,
so
like
so 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 to
that's
continue
goat
on that
shit.
point you're just making right
That's
there.
goat shit.
Sometimes they fighting rounds where dog it would take a whole damn day. Somebody just didn't get up. That's crazy. That was when the round was over. They fought until somebody got knocked down, or they fought until
Yep.
somebody didn't get up.
Yep.
But like you said, on top of that,
Was paying
they
George.
fought in an
Yeah.
era where you know what you had to fight because fighting gave you a chance to help provide for your family like no other job could.
And
Yeah.
they fought in an era where they didn't throw a fighter away after one loss. Like Henry
Absolutely.
Armstrong got stopped in his first two fights. Did you know that?
Yeah, hey, that's
He got
crazy.
stopped
But Noah Hawkins
twice.
lost his first fight, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Man, it happens. But we wasn't throwing fighters away back then or then. We throw fighters away now, man. Like now, like I've never seen. And
It don't make no
your
sense.
daddy, your daddy been going ham in
This
the
is this
comments. I
is it's
appreciate everything he
unfortunate,
said.
and I love Floyd to death, but this is the legacy that he's left us.
Tell your
This is the
daddy to click
legacy
the
he's
lane,
left us,
man, because
man.
your daddy kicking. He kicking right now.
Yeah,
He
kick
kicking.
it. And let me
Yeah,
say
your
this, your
daddy
daddy,
always in the
you're
chat.
right.
Salute to him.
I just don't want to be a prisoner of the moment when it comes to Usyk. Like I don't want to be. What I mean by a prisoner of the moment, we're not able to see those fighters from the past anymore live. I don't want to. I
That
like Usyk as a fighter, but I could never. I'm just being real. Like I'm thinking about those fights between Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. Man, those was tough fights. Real live action.
I feel like that shit is so unfair because they did that
Yeah,
same
no,
shit
I
to
agree.
Lennox. They did the same thing to Lennox Lewis and Tyson and Holyfield when they were fighting. They did the same thing to Larry Holmes. They always shitted on him. It's like, why can't we get it, dudes? They flowers while they here to smell them. Like,
Hey,
why does Usyk have to
you're
wait
right.
20 years to be put up there with those guys?
No,
Uh,
but you know what thing though about that market Dan? Everybody's heard me say Lennox Lewis is my favorite heavyweight ever. And now when it comes to inside outside the ring, it's always Ali's the greatest to me because of what he meant to us as people. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at Lennox Lewis in talent, Lennox Lewis is my favorite heavyweight. I
yeah,
heard
I
somebody
mean,
tell me I was crazy before.
like
Go
like
ahead, go
like
ahead,
I
Freddie.
no, I was saying, like I was telling you, Marky Dan, it's not that people not giving Usyk his flowers. It's just you can't compare him to those guys because of the era that he fought in. It's the era
Yeah,
that he fought in, and it's lackluster. I mean, though, what era have we ever been in watching the sport of boxing where the lighter weights was the weights that was carrying the sport? It's usually the
yeah,
heavyweight that carry the sport.
he
This
right.
is the only era that the lighter weights are carrying the sport. It's lackluster at
The
heavyweight. So
80s.
that's why I say you can't put him in that same light because there's nobody there to compare him against. It's like, okay, yeah, he fought AJ and he fought Tyson Fury. Who else?
Hmm.
Who else?
I mean, I give you that for he's only had 5, 6 fights at heavyweight. But for what he's done in those 5 fights, becoming the first undisputed champ in 20 years since Lennox Lewis, beating those two guys, one of them in his backyard twice. I mean,
That's I'm gonna give you another example. That's the same way why they say that they can't give what's my man name Salvador Sanchez one of the top 5 best Mexican fighters of all time because
What?
he didn't
yeah,
have
I don't
enough
agree with
fights.
that. He's
Because
my goat. He's
I, I'm,
my
I understand what I'm just saying. That's the reason why they say that because he haven't had enough fights. He hasn't had
Yeah.
enough
Mm.
fights.
I
Hmm.
can kind of understand that because you want to make sure that you got a pretty good sample size of information. But and this is where I side. It's a tough debate because you're talking about somebody who is an all-time great. I mean, I'm not going to say that Usyk is not an all-time great, especially if you're going to juxtapose it with Salvador Sanchez, who I believe had the skill set to be one of the, if not the greatest to ever do it. I know he's definitely in my book top 5
Yeah.
Mexican fighter of all time, bro. I mean, I don't
Mine
think
too.
it's close.
Mine too.
I do agree with what you say, man. With what you say, though, I mean, you're always judged by the people that you. I mean, hell, it's in every sport. People say Michael Jordan is the greatest because in a time in the NBA where it was a lot of great players, fewer
Yep.
teams, and stern, strict competition, he was able to win 3 back to back to back, 3 back to back to back. So it's kind of tough to argue that. Now you can always use like quantifiers to try to build up or tear down an
Yeah.
argument, and that's what people usually do. I mean, I use the people who actually did this, and I use their words more so greater than anybody else. Like you can't tell me if all the athletes that play basketball say this dude is like one of the top, if not the top of all time ever. And a lot of pundits who ain't never played at a level greater than college telling me nothing otherwise, I'm not gonna listen to them. I'm gonna listen to the people that got there. And likewise with heavyweights, and like you said, I mean, unfortunately, we in a time where heavyweights are not so heavy with their weight in the sport. You know, we unfortunately we in that, but that's not his fault. And this thing, he's still a smaller guy. And then we talking about towering guys. That's why people hate on Wilder is beyond me, dog. He's like 200 pounds, dominating these dudes.
Yeah, he's really a cruiserweight if you think about it. Wilder's a cruiserweight. He's not nothing more. I think Wilder could have fought a cruiserweight. In my opinion.
Hey, and on top of that, he could have fought at cruiserweight. The man started much later than everybody else and was able to accomplish something that many cannot. And we're gonna
Yeah.
hate on him. Like it's
Hey,
not
well,
easy to do what they do. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. You going, and I'm wrong. How many
Yo,
fights
Daddy, I
did
agree.
Wilder have with the belt? 10 fights. Did he defend the title 10 times? 11, 10 or
Mm-hmm.
11.
Mm-hmm. Now,
What
now,
more can you ask for?
now I agree that some things happened to him that was not his fault. And then I
Yeah.
agree some things happened to him that was definitely his fault. You don't take somebody who was as abreast of the sport as Mark Breland and make him your scapegoat because another dude did you dirty.
That hurt my feelings too. That hurt my
Yeah.
feelings, man. The way he done Mark Breland, it really hurt my feelings because I'm a Mark Breland fan and I thought he was great for Wilder.
Well, I mean, when he was with, I'll let Free go. Go ahead, Free. My bad.
No,
Hey,
no, no.
free, before you go, free.
Uh,
1 second. Go ahead.
yeah.
My son wants to say something. Tell everybody hi. Hi.
Hey,
What's
what's
up,
going
young
on?
champ?
Yeah, he wanted to get on here and say something, so I had to let him get on here and say hi.
What, he
Yeah,
knows something about boxing? Let him speak.
he like to box all the time. He like to box at school
Cool.
sometimes. I gotta tell him.
Let him
I
tell
tell
us
him.
this little something about boxing since he want to speak, man. Don't be afraid. Go
Who
and
your
tell us the
favorite
thing.
fighter? Who your favorite fighter, man? Muhammad Ali. All right. Who
What?
else? Hey, you heard him. You heard him, Mr. Hill. Ali. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Yeah.
Hey,
Dr.
Dr.
Seuss
Seuss
can't
hit you
fight.
with some.
All
He
right, he
hit
said
you with
Dr.
some.
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss hit you with some serious, some lefts and rights that put you night night for sure. That's what I used to read before I went to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, he also like he's a Jake Paul fan. He
Oh my
loves
god.
Jake Paul. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god. My man
Yeah,
like entertainment. I hear him. I ain't
yeah,
even mad at him.
yeah, he like Jake Paul, man. He loves Jake Paul. He always
I,
watching him.
I see little CDK like Puerto Ricans. I see like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He like the Puerto Ricans. Jake Paul Puerto Rican though. Jake Paul Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Well, the reason why he got some fame, well, not the reason why he got some fame, but a big part of it with his boxing career is because of a Puerto Rican for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause I
that
didn't
was a
know. I
small
just found
move though.
out. I just found out yesterday. I didn't know this. I didn't know Amanda Serrano was his partner. I thought he was the promoter of Amanda Serrano. But no,
No,
she's his
she, hey,
partner.
free. She his partner. I seen that a while back, and I didn't know it.
I
She's
didn't
actually
know
a
that.
partner.
Yeah, so
Hey, man.
they are co-promoters. That's why they said that fight with Alicia Bungardner probably will never happen now because
Yep.
she promotes Alicia Bungardner now.
But free, that should make it easy. But let me ask y'all this: do y'all, when y'all look at that, man, do Clarissa Shields maybe made one of the biggest mistakes in women's boxing history? And I hate to say that because I love Clarissa Shields, but I just wish, I'm just saying, I wish because I cheer for her and root for her that she would have really messed with Jake Paul, man. I
Yeah,
mean, I could be wrong.
and that's the reason why Amanda Serrano is his partner because she was the first female to fight on his card. And he said, you
Yep.
know what? Instead of me being her promoter, I'm gonna make her co-owner or make her my business partner. And we're gonna promote these other fighters because Amanda Serrano ain't got that much time left in the sport of boxing.
No,
So
she don't.
she's gonna be she's putting on all these new female fighters that's coming up and that's what they said. They wanna push Alicia Bungardner to the forefront. They want to push her to the forefront.
Well,
They
she
really
gonna
want
have
her
to.
to go past Clarissa. And I hate to say this, people don't look at it like this, but we gotta be honest. Clarissa in boxing, as a woman, she is what she is. And what Jake Paul is being a smart businessman, he would now get him another black fighter, beautiful black fighter. I mean, I hate to look at it like that, but he made a business move and a business decision, and it was smart. It was a smart move if it works out. You still
Yeah,
got to
she,
handle business in the ring.
yeah, she made her Big Daddy Bo mistake. She made
Yeah,
her Big
quick,
Daddy Bo mistake.
Who that?
yeah, quick point
Carissa.
about that Serrano. She just signed that deal to become a partner. She signed it's a
Yeah,
lifetime deal. It's for, I think it goes for about 15 years. She's gonna become the chairwoman of MVP's women's roster. She's gonna be in charge of scouting talent, developing women's talent, and I don't think she's gonna be in charge of putting on the events, but she is in charge of the talent.
I thought it was
So
16
she's
years and
good.
8 months.
Jake Paul set her up for retirement. She's good.
Yeah, Morgan Dan, I thought it was 16 years and 8 months. I'm wrong though. I'm sorry. I
Hey,
seen something they
nah,
were talking about something.
No, you could be right. I'm just estimating what I thought
Okay,
I heard.
nah. But
okay.
before I go, I want D Free to go on and cook on what he was about to cook on. My bad, D Free.
Hmm.
Go ahead,
No,
free.
no, 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 you good. I was just saying I didn't realize that she was a co-partner, but like I said, Carissa made her Big Daddy Bo mistake by not dealing with Jake Paul, because now we
Yes,
see that that could have been the life changing decision that she was looking for, where she could have got the notoriety that she wanted. Now,
yep.
because I mean, she's still great in her own right, but she's not getting that money deal that she would have got if she would have went ahead and dealt with Jake Paul.
Mm.
I give you that. You know, Serrano said she got paid, or no, Katie Taylor I think said she got paid $8 or $6 million for that last fight with Serrano, and Serrano
Yeah,
said she made more than that. And Clarissa Shields, I think her highest payday to date was against Savannah Marshall for $1 million.
a
So
million
I
dollars.
can't like there's really nothing to disagree with that. But
Yeah,
I don't know, Clarissa. She's good, man. She's still made a lot of money. I give you, she could have made more, but she got a deal. And like I said, she went up there and knocked out a heavyweight, shut a lot of people up. Like when you talk about the notoriety, I mean, when people say Clarissa Shields and Guot, I don't hear no more arguments anymore from a lot of people. A lot of people let you say that now. Before they used to try to say, "Oh no, Ann Wolf would do this," or Layla Ali. A lot of people still feel like those women are the goats. But nobody's fighting you about Clarissa anymore. And I notice that when I have these conversations.
Well, I'll say this, bro. I can't hate on somebody that's being out there productive and efficient. And she is that. Nobody can deny that. I mean, she's really only been in 3 fights that were kind of close. Other than that, she's been pretty much utterly destroying her opposition. That being said, bro, I think that the way Serrano and it's cold that they really put them against one another. I think the way that Serrano has held herself in regards to this is the reason why she's elevated to the position she is. Plus the way she puts out on that ring. She goes in there and she leaves it all in the ring. Heart and everything, skill. I
yeah.
mean, and she pushes for things that are a level playing field. And I mean, I thought that was so deserving for her to get rewarded like that, because if it is not for her, he doesn't see the success that he sees. He's just some kind of flash in the pan. What you call them guys that be doing that stuff where
Oh
they be
yeah, man. You know what,
putting on
Hill?
those. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You
No,
just
go ahead.
said something key. I ain't think about it. Let me ask you a question, Miss Hill. Now, and I'm asking all y'all. Do y'all
Regular.
feel like because Jake Paul grabbed the women's side of boxing, that they was able to make him what they made everything he's doing bigger? Do y'all feel like Amanda Serrano is really the key to what he's doing?
I think she's been a huge key to what he's doing. Now, make no mistake about it. He has a following. He has
Yeah.
a following, and it transitions well. But the fact that he has a product and the moves he makes. I mean, I got to give him credit too to make their match the main event.
Yeah.
People that don't even rock with boxing gonna rock with that because he's giving ladies their just due, and he's
Yes,
making
sir.
sure that they come into the forefront because a lot of times they get pushed to the back. So I think it's a my bad. It's an equal partnership where they went together. Her presence legitimized his movement, and his fanfare and his status helped to push it along. It's made together. It's a married together, and I don't fault Clarissa for wanting to do it on her own. The only thing I ever have a problem with Clarissa is the mouth. The mouth is sometimes a little reckless, and she says
Yeah.
things that it don't come across well, and you don't never see that happening for Serrano. And I
So
mean,
no.
it's unfortunate that they pit them two against one another, but
Man, I agree.
they got something powerful going on at MVP, and it might branch over to just all of boxing. Right now, it's like really streamlining on females in boxing, and there's a lot of talented females in boxing, just like there are now in basketball. So,
Yeah, I agree. Man, I agree. Free, what do you think?
No, I agree. I agree with Tommy Hill said on everything. I mean, unfortunately, this is part of the world that we live in. They gotta find two people to make them go at each other. And right now, the two biggest names in women's boxing is Carissa and Amanda Serrano. Um, yeah, I mean, outside of those two names, yeah, everybody else is pretty much they got good fighters. They might be stars here and there, but those are the two biggest names. I mean, you got two of the most decorated fighters in the sport of boxing and female boxing. So they was like, hey, we can put these two against each other, and I think Carissa kind of feed into it the wrong way, and she bit into the bait. She bit into the bait, and she fell for it. Where Amanda Serrano, she pretty much just brushed it off her shoulders. Like, I mean, that's what they said. I mean, I'm only going by what they say. So she's like, okay, it is what it is. Because Amanda
Yeah,
Serrano, she don't do a whole lot of trash talking like that unless she's about to fight somebody.
that's it. That's it. Market Dan.
I'm sorry, I was on the phone. What was Tommy Hill's point?
We were just talking about Amanda Serrano and what she means for Jake Paul and what he's doing. And do you feel like she is one of the major reasons in the success that Jake Paul is having?
Absolutely. And it's because Jake Paul, when he brought Amanda Serrano on board, I mean, he really swung for the fences when you talk about investing money. I mean, he gave
Yeah,
up $1 million of his own from his own purse to make sure she was paid, and Daniel Dubois and Montana Love and everybody else that was on the card was paid. And he did that because he wanted to let her know, listen, we can be partners. I'm down for you. I really think that you're the ish, and I'm willing to invest. Now, when I say he really, really swung for the fences, was that Katie Taylor fight. Okay, him and Eddie Hearn, they invested everything to put that event on, and those two women showed up and showed out. Amanda Serrano showed out to the point a lot of people thought she got robbed in that fight, and it was, I mean, just speaking for me, when you talk about the occasion for women's boxing, it really being one of the first major pay-per-view events, that's one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my entire life live. Like those two
yeah,
women went at it and they tried to kill each other. So absolutely, like, and that, like I said, with that fight, MVP really got some credibility in the game of boxing because people were shitting on Jake Paul. People like to say
yeah,
Jake
they
Paul
were.
takes the sport of boxing for a joke, and I don't agree with them. I think Jake Paul is very serious about this. So yeah, but to your question, yes, Amanda Serrano is definitely a huge factor and a huge reason why MVP Promotions is at where it's at.
Man, you said, man, y'all both, all of y'all said a whole lot and a mouthful of everything with that when it comes to that conversation. I'm gonna say that when I'm listening to Amanda Serrano and women's boxing right now is at the
From them
forefront
stairs.
of, huh? Oh,
My
okay.
bad. I'm talking to my son. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. No problem at all. When how do you feel? Amanda Serrano wants 12 rounds, 3 minutes. And the WBC, I believe, is WBC are really against this. And I read up on it in the reasoning. Do y'all feel like they should allow this when it comes to the women? Whoever.
For allow what again?
That Amanda Serrano wants to do 12 rounds and 3 minutes a round, and the WBC is saying no, and they had a reason, and I read up on the reason. Do y'all feel like Amanda Serrano, you know what I'm saying, should have the right, or women previously had the right to do 12 3 minute rounds?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say this is equal opportunity for women and men is equal, you need to even the playing field. They got to be equal. We don't see that the NBA cut the time short for the WNBA. No, they got the
Right,
same amount of time as the NBA. So I mean, in every sport where you got women and men playing in their own division, the women outside of the MMA, no, MMA is the same too. They got the same amount of time as the men. So yeah, it's only in boxing. It's only in boxing. So I
they're
mean,
only about.
because Amanda Serrano has already fought 3 minute rounds. She
Yep,
fought twice in 3 minute
yep,
rounds. So it's not like she's never done it before, so she don't know how her body's gonna handle it. She just want to do something different. No, she's already done it. She's done it twice, and the female that she fought, they didn't look like there was a problem with them. So I mean, I don't see a problem with it. It's not like they're fighting men; they're still fighting women. So what's the difference on adding on another minute? They're already fighting 2 minutes. I mean, you might as well say, well, we don't want women boxing. You talking about, oh, I don't want it to be 3 minutes. I only want it to be 2 minutes. Why? What's the difference in another 30 seconds? I mean, another 60 seconds.
yeah.
So
Nick, Mr. Hill, what do you think? It might be. Wait, Mr. Hill.
I
Okay,
don't know
he
why.
might be in here.
Yeah, he on mute.
He on me. Okay, well, anyway, then I'm gonna keep it pushing then. So we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing something
What
right
is
now. Give me a sec.
okay? Me and Free right here. Free, like, okay, what you were saying about with her fighting two fights. Katie Taylor came out when they had their press conference and said that she was the fight was boring and stuff like that. Do you think Katie Taylor is saying that because she doesn't want to do the 3 minute rounds?
She said the fight was boring.
They just had, and I wish I could show it to you. The last press conference they had, Amanda Serrano told Katie Taylor, "Me and you shook on 3 minute rounds, and then we come and I look up and we're only doing 2 minute rounds, and I think it's 10 rounds of whatever." And Katie Taylor was talking trash like, "Well, the fights wasn't that big of a deal. They were boring fights anyway." What would make her say that? You think?
Because she's not that exciting of a fighter. Katie Taylor
Mm,
is not that exciting of a fighter. So she's talking about the fight that she had with Amanda Solano. She said the fight was boring, and the rounds was boring. It wasn't that big of a deal. Well, you only saying that because you know three of those rounds three of those rounds in the second fight, and one or two of the rounds of the first fight, you almost got stopped. So you was glad that it was only 2 minute rounds. So
that's
you
what
don't
Amanda
want that.
said.
You don't want that third minute because you know you probably going to hit the canvas.
That's what Amanda said. Amanda said
Yeah,
the same thing you said. If the fight goes 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying, she gets her out of there or has the opportunity to knock out any woman.
yeah. She will have a
Yeah.
lot more knockouts. I mean, she already got a lot of knockouts, but she would have a lot more if it was 3 minute rounds because those girls like I don't know if any of these other females have the work rate of Amanda Serrano. I watched her in training. I don't know if any of
Yeah.
these other females have that same work rate. She almost had that same work rate that Ann Wolf had. And, I mean,
Yeah.
Ann Wolf was a little more extreme, but it's
I'm
similar.
listening.
Like, yeah, but Amanda Serrano, she doesn't spar with females. She spar with guys. That's all her sparring partners. They all guys. None of them are females.
I'm saying that.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
you
this
right,
is
free.
great. This,
And I'm listening to
this,
everything y'all saying. Y'all go ahead. If I got it on mute, I got my brother BVO call me on the phone. So please keep it going 1 second. I got BVO on the phone, y'all. I'm gonna mute it. Mr. Hill, did you hear what we were saying about Amanda Serrano?
nah, could you just go over it and I'll give you my opinion?
Okay, I just said, do y'all think Katie Taylor tried to say the rounds were boring when Amanda Serrano or whatever faced somebody, and I was just asking,
She's
how do
on
you feel
break.
about women fighting 3 minute rounds?
I think it's absolutely mandatory. I think that they want equal setting and everything. So because they want equal setting, you got to have it at an equal standing. I think they are able to endure. I think that that will definitely separate the cream from the crop because you talking about another minute. And let's face it, when you're in there for like a minute, it's fatiguing on you. So then it becomes not only do you got to govern your body during the fatigue, but your mind got to be fixated right so that you can be able to endure it. And you got to make sure that you keep yourself focused so that you don't leave yourself open. So I think that those rounds are absolutely mandatory. I think that in certain fights because they go a little bit longer, you'll see more knockouts. And I think just in general, if you call Amanda Serrano boring, that's kind of wild to me. I think then you now detracting what makes her great. I mean, she is a woman that actually has skill. She throws combinations and she gets knockouts. So that means you're
Nah,
trying to,
I
huh?
think she was talking. I think she was
But
talking about the fight that they had. That the fight was born and it didn't really mean
The
anything
fight
to
was
go
born
another.
that they had.
That's what she was saying.
Oh, I just think she don't really want to go 5 3 rounds. The 3 minute rounds
what?
mean that she got to. I'm sorry.
No, no,
No,
I'm
I
listening
said
to you.
what? So Katie Taylor said her and
Yeah,
Serrano's fight was boring.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
she said
I
it was
mean,
born. It's not. It's
I'm
no
not,
big deal.
I'm not gonna comment on nonsense, but I will say this: I do, I think it should be optional. I'm not gonna say that it's something that should be mandated. I think it should be something that maybe you can negotiate on. If you want to have the 3 minute 12 rounds, you could. That's something that okay, it should be
I agree with
optional.
that.
It should be available to them. But we see this in women's basketball. It's 4 10 minute quarters.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
like
not
I
like
said.
we don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not like we don't. Put certain. I guess you could say make certain. I can't really find the word, but it's differences that they put on for men and women. It just is what it is.
But you see, in MMA, they don't change it up for the women in MMA. They fight.
That's true. That's
They
true.
fight 3 5 minute rounds. And if it's a championship fight, it's 5 5 minute rounds. They don't change it
That's
up in
true.
MMA.
That's true, free. And what I just say about that is they have much more liberal people with much more liberal mindsets at UFC. I'll say that.
I think UFC is a much more dangerous sport than a sport of boxing. So if you saying, oh, it's too dangerous for women, then why y'all not out here protesting the MMA? Because MMA is much more dangerous than boxing for
And they
women.
got 4 ounce gloves. That's basically
They
like
got
giving that
forearm
woman a
gloves.
back.
They can hit you with an elbow. They can knee you. They can kick you. The only time they can't kick you to the face is if you on the ground. That's the only time they can't kick you to the face. But if you standing up, they can kick you to the face. So I don't know. I mean,
Back. Those women get laid out. I
yeah,
seen one where the woman got hit with a spinning elbow, and
yeah,
she did a spin before she hit the ground. Free. It was crazy.
yeah. I didn't see all types of knockouts in MMA, but they don't change the rules for the women. They said no, it's equal. You fight. You going. The only thing that we're gonna say is you're not fighting another man. You're gonna fight a woman. You a woman. You're
I
gonna
think
fight another woman.
Amanda. I think Amanda Nunez should have been fighting the men. I don't think it was fair that they had her fighting the women.
Nah, you saw she got beat by a woman. She ain't. She
Nah, but
ain't.
that's because her girlfriend kicked her out the house. She was having all kind of problems. Free after she got right, she came back and beat her up. Jesus,
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. She ain't unbeatable. She had losses before.
Did you see what she did to Ronda Rousey? To Holly
Ronda,
Holmes?
Ronda was
Chris
never really that.
Cyborg?
I mean, I saw Ronda get beat by a kickboxing star, and that girl, I
The-
just knew that Ronda Rousey was going to lose that. That girl kicked Ronda Rousey's face off. I'm like, man,
I give you that, but Amanda Nunez walked in there, and the fight lasted 40 seconds. She just beat her to death. Forgive me,
yeah,
BBO.
yeah,
She beat her to death.
yeah, she. The thing is that Ronda Rousey, she ain't been the same since she lost that fight, and then when she went to WWE, she really wasn't the same anymore. So when she got in there with Amanda, it was a we already knew what was going to happen. Ronda Rousey was just all bark, no bite.
I ain't gonna say that free. I'm gonna say that she lost it. Then she spent a lot of time outside the ring doing movies, and then when she came back, the rest of the women already had caught up to her. And Amanda Nunez, who was a monster, caught up was there now, and that's all that really
Oh,
was. She just didn't have a chance against that young
who's
lady.
that man?
Jesus Christ! Did you see Nunez against Cyborg? She turned around before Cyborg even hit the ground and was celebrating.
Yeah. The Cyborg, oh,
Nah, she just look old because she doing steroids. She look like a
well,
man
no, Cyborg is old.
at the time, Frilio. At the time,
She was in her 30s at the time. I think it's like mid 30s, mid to
I
late
mean,
30s at the time.
Nunez was in her 30s. What is you talking about?
I'm just saying, Cyborg was old. It's not the Cyborg that we know that grew to the name recognition that she was.
Man,
She's much older now.
Cyborg was grabbing women by their hair and beating them up.
Yeah.
I remember she almost unalived a woman in the ring. Now we
T
Now
want to
she
make
Hill.
all these excuses.
T Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Oh shoot, you wanted to go to the
I've been looking for you,
downstairs
man,
tonight?
because I think it's time we gotta call Alicia Bungardner the GOAT now. I think she might be the greatest woman of all time.
Oh, so it means we getting an Alicia Baumgartner interview, my man. It's on
Here
the
you go.
horizon.
Here you go.
He's
I,
trying to get
I'm
Alicia
just trying
some
to keep it
dirty
real, man.
socks.
We got to get a girl her credit. She the best.
You talking
Yeah,
about Amanda Serrano? You talking about Amanda Serrano?
She's
nah,
good
he's
too. I
talking
like
about
Amanda
Clarissa
Serrano as
Shields.
well.
No, I'm
He's
asking who
talking
you
about
say you
Clarissa
got it.
Shields.
Oh, Carissa Shields. Oh,
No, I'm
yeah.
talking
I
about
mean,
Alicia Bungardner.
there ain't no daggone vote.
She undisputed. What are you talking about?
There's a whole lot of women undisputed.
I
Which
don't know. I
one of
think you
those?
got to give her her credit, bro.
Which one of those women are three division undisputed and undefeated? Which one of those women? There's only one in the sport that I know.
They don't do that to
Undefeated.
Hagler. They don't do
Well,
that to
they
Hagler, man.
Hagler wasn't undefeated and three division undisputed.
But I'm saying they don't say Hagler wasn't great because he wasn't more than one
I didn't say Alicia Bungardner wasn't great. I
weight
said she
class.
ain't the GOAT. I didn't say Alicia Bungardner wasn't great. I said she ain't the GOAT.
I
But
mean, people don't
you
be
gotta
putting
remember
Hagler.
Clarissa ducked her.
Like I said, I didn't say Alicia Bungardner wasn't great. I said she ain't the GOAT.
I don't know. I think she might be up
I
there,
know.
man.
Uh, I
You
mean,
know what she remind
you
me
and
of? Like
probably
a
you
woman
and
version
probably
of
Okay.
Mark. She remind me
all
of
right.
Gaines.
I think you and probably like
What?
15 other people on YouTube is the only people that think that. I think it's like 15 other people because I know where you got the notion from. I know. I see you be talking. I see
Yeah,
who
look out
you
for your brother.
talking to.
Okay.
I see who you be talking to.
That's
Who you
how I talk
talking
to people.
to?
Okay, I'm black, so I talk to people now. Okay. You,
I see the notion. I see the notion.
I
Hey,
like how Free always throwing dishes at a brother he talked to every
That's
day.
not easy.
I love it.
hey,
Hey,
I know
you
Alicia
throw this
Baumgartner.
you throw this at people you talk to every
She,
day
she,
too.
she
I can't do
she
what
a
you
great
do.
fighter, no doubt about that. The only problem I got with her is like she kind of like taper off later in the fight and definitely later in rounds, and that's what makes what Marky Dan said so dang poignant because it
She got
is
a
a
hole in her
tough.
gas tank, but when I don't think there's a better woman than her the first 7 rounds. How about that?
They said the first 7 rounds.
Yeah.
What about the
Hey, you
rest of the
only need
rounds?
7 rounds to win a fight. I give him that.
I think she'll
She
dog
tough,
walk
man.
Carissa the first 7 rounds.
I don't know
I,
about that.
Dog
I
walk her.
think that you are on some type of substances, and I want you to get help. That's what I
Well, I
think.
want you to do this. I want you to do this. I don't know who you are, but when you talk to Marky
You know
Dan,
who I am.
tell him I said what's up.
hey, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if she would dog walk Carissa or anything. What I do know is she didn't dog walk the girl that she got beat.
Oh, cause she lost.
Nah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
she
Now we
came back
doing
and
that.
put. I think she came
I I
back
She
just
and
came
said
put
back and put
her to
hands and
bed.
feet on her.
Put her to bed for you.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just
put her
said
to bed for you. She did.
She was
I
snoring.
said that hey, all I said was there's only one person that's three division undisputed who is undefeated. There's only one person.
But she ain't fought nobody.
According to who?
Who she fight?
Everybody there was the fight.
We just beat that girl. What's that girl? The scary looking girl that just on the Brian Norman card. What's her name?
Who,
Michaela
Michaela
Mayer.
Mara?
Yeah, we dog walk
What, the
Michaela Mayer.
lanky girl?
Yeah, we dog walk Michaela Mayer.
No, I
Man,
just
nobody, bro. Why you got a cap? Why you got a cap?
I'm capping. At least you dog walked her. What are you talking about?
That was
she
a
did
close fight. Stop it.
she did not dog walk her. She won the fight though. She did win the fight. She didn't dog walk. Dog. When you say dog walk, means a person only won 2 rounds, maybe 3 rounds at the max. But when a
Yeah.
person win a close decision, that's not dog walk.
Monster in a way versus Cool Boy. That's dog walk. Bud versus Spence.
Who is that
That's dog
talking?
walking. What do you mean?
Like Devin Haney versus Cambosis won. That was a dog walk. Those are dog walks. But when you have a close fight, that's not a dog walk. You won. I give her props. She won. I ain't gonna take. I'm not gonna throw. I'm not gonna throw no duck sauce on there. I'm not gonna throw no mumble sauce on there. I don't need that. I can eat the chicken wings plain. I don't need no mumble sauce today. I can eat the chicken wings plain.
Country niggas say he don't need no mumble sauce. Huh? I'll just say this. I'll say this, man. That's why you my guy. For you a funny cat, man. You a funny cat, man.
Uh,
But I will
uh,
I will say this though. I get why people don't want to give Alicia her credit. I mean, the only reason
Now
they
stop
even
that.
give Carissa that credit is because she dark skinned. That's all it's about. It's because her skin color.
no, it's
That's
because of
all.
her accomplishments, dog.
No, it's because she dark skinned. They trying to push some narrative.
No,
That's all.
she's fought everybody there was to fight in
You
every
didn't fight
division that
Alicia.
she did you not hear what I said? She fought everybody there was to fight in every division that she was in. Alicia still to this day has never been in a division that Carissa Shields was in. Even after Carissa left the division, she still
Oh, I
hasn't
know.
been in a division that Carissa was in.
I want to see the fight myself. To tell you the truth.
Still ain't been in none of the divisions that Carissa was in. And Carissa then left all of those divisions. She's at heavyweight now. Alicia still hasn't made it to those divisions.
Hey, heavyweight is only 175 though for her. So I mean, I put like this. I get what you're saying. Because I see who you talk to. As you told me, and I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. I talked to all of y'all.
Huh?
I talked to all of y'all. That's who I talked to. I talked to all of y'all.
Hey, I know you think you're slick, free. I know you ain't slick to a can of oil, baby. Who you think you slick?
Yeah, you know who you talk to, baby boy. You know what the talking point gonna be. But I'll tell you this, man, it's a fight I would love to see, bro. I'm not against or opposed to the fight. I do know that it's gonna have to happen at a certain weight because I want Clarissa at her best, and I think her best is somewhere around 150 something. So
Hold on, if
she
she
would
was
have
a
to be.
dog, she come to 47.
She was a dog. She'd come to 47.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since she's been at 47, bro. And she's been bigger. And I only say
Only
that because I
175.
saw so 30. So 30 pounds is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, we
You
just
throwing
taking
that
30.
around, T. T Hill's throwing that around.
You ain't taking it off your body like that, though. You ain't taking it off your body like that's a significant drop in weight.
Nah, we can't hear you, CDK. We can't hear you. I don't even see you on the screen.
I'll say this though. Shout out to my man CDK.
Shout out CDK.
Hey, but you know what's so cool though, man? I want to give a big shout out to the Sports Talk Network, man. And they said we weren't gonna do it, and we making noise, man. They said we couldn't do it, man. So shout out to the CEO, Thomas Hill, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
We can hear you, baby boy.
There we can hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't say nothing while BVO was talking stupid and talking dumb about Alicia Bumgarner being the GOAT. He done lost your damn mind.
Dog. Alicia, stop me, Clarissa, bro. Come on, man.
Wow, that's
Yeah, she
tough.
might stop in the car.
That's tough, man. The thing
You
about
Yeah.
see, you
stopping
see what
folks,
happened when Alicia seen her on a plane. Clarissa looked scared to death.
Man, I seen her get on the plane, Clarissa talk crazy to her, and she keep on walking. It looked like she had a stain in the back of her pants.
I will say this: it looked like she was bothered by Alicia. I will say that, man.
No,
And I
yeah.
wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't that way, man. I thought that they used to be friends.
Yeah, I think she was too. I think she was more bothered with Alicia getting all the credibility and people really just even questioning how good the quote is. I think the quote don't like to be challenged.
I don't think she do either, man. I don't think that she likes to have her wokehood, as she calls it, tested or questioned, man. I mean, she's done a lot in her career, bro. I cannot hate on that. It's kind of, to me, with all regard to every sport, it's kind of hard to say there's one person that's definitively better than everyone else.
The man you suck, the man
Because
you miss.
Yeah, yeah,
Why should
definitely.
you back the bar?
Hey, Morgan Dane, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
With like, there ain't been. I know. I don't want to disrespect you. There haven't been a lot of great white boxers, and with you being white, who was your favorite white boxer?
Firstly, CDK, you need to go straight to hell. I got a lot of love for you, but you're not gonna disrespect me and my hair
That
biz like
brother
that.
said he said you white.
Man, why I gotta go to hell for Morgan Dane? Dang, man, you do me like it.
I do give you this. I do have some Danish ancestors. I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
them
do.
island
I
boys
got
quick to
some
tell
some
you something
slave owners
stupid
in
like
my
that.
It's for my
Hey,
Sigua.
I got
It's
some
for my
slave owners in my
Sigua.
ancestry.
Hey,
hey,
I
man,
like when my man get upset. When he get upset, that native tongue starts speaking.
Yeah.
Joe do.
What my man you just say, excuse me, that's my mother's tongue.
Hey, and look at this though. If y'all haven't seen the fight of the century, have y'all seen the Island Boys kickboxing, boxing type of match? One of them
That
just
dude was
fought.
about to cry in the ring.
Yeah, he started crying. After the fight, he started crying, man.
I never seen that. He started crying.
Yeah, I never seen a grown man cry after getting beat up.
Okay,
Yeah,
mama.
he cried. He crying like a baby, man. He cried.
Oh
But what
wow.
time did the fight? Hey, what time you going live tonight, BBO? BBO,
Be
free. Can y'all hear
on
me?
that road runner.
Okay. What time?
No, he on a rotary phone.
What time we going live tonight, man? What time we gonna shake rattle and roll tonight?
I don't know. I don't know who that dude was, but he was about to cry in the ring, man.
Yeah, he's a
Hey, you
crybaby
Who?
missed the
though.
whole question to you though. He asked you a question.
I ask you a question, BBO.
What'd you say?
What time we going live tonight, my bro? What time we gonna go live tonight? What time we gonna kick this
8:30.
off? Eight
8:30.
thirty tonight.
Yep.
So that'd be 7:30 down south, right my way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Hey,
Y'all heard that, man?
and shout out my man CDK is about to be working his new schedule,
La
and I'm gonna
bala
tell you,
is there.
and I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm gonna keep it real. Shout out to BLTB. And shout out to Knockout because I'm getting off y'all's time at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna find a different time.
Man, that's all good.
I'm gonna
Once
get out
you
the way. And I
once
only
you get
named them because
up,
they're my guys. I'm getting off y'all's time, man. I'm
they
done.
was there first, BBO. They was there first. But once this thing builds up, man, and we get going for real, and people start paying attention and stop acting like they don't know what a goat's at, because we ain't got number goats over here, man. Ain't number goats. Mr. Hill, Market Dan, Free, Dub, Price, Crush, Thomas, BBO. Me, we ain't got number goats over here, man. And y'all missing good shows sitting around here playing like you don't know what's going
Speaking
on. That's all I'm
facts.
gonna say. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. They missing great shows, man. That's they loss. It ain't ours. When they come through, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna still remain true. We ain't gonna change up when we get a bunch of viewership. We gonna keep it real. We gonna keep doing what we doing.
Hey, and I'm telling you, Mark, you the only West Indian dude on YouTube, man. Remember that.
Yeah, and I believe that too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had too many Caucasian brothers. And Marky Dan is mine. I mean, that's why I got so much love for him, because when you get to hanging around black people, sometimes it change you. But Marky Dan ain't changed.
First off, go straight to hell, as I said, and I was just giving you credit. I was just
And
giving you credit,
He
and you
was
go
you
Marky
know
to
what's
Dan.
so funny?
you
Every time you
bastard.
talk to a West Indian
Nah,
dude,
nah, ain't no, ain't no friends now.
the brothers ate some grilled fish. So now he
That's
back. Now
okay,
he ready to
CDK.
talk regular.
That's okay.
Hey,
But on a
Free.
serious on a serious note, this is a great cook. This is a great cook. It was
It
a great
was,
cook session.
man. Let me be real. Market Dan black, y'all. Don't get to play. Don't get to looking for a white Market Dan. He's black. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all looking for no white.
No,
What Market?
Marky Dan is not black. He's hibachi.
Oh,
Marky
what
Dan
is?
is
I'm bright
hibachi.
skinned. I'm not
Okay, he's
white.
a bot. He's a bot. Like you talking about the South?
We're
Free.
the same color, CDK. What the fuck is you talking about?
He said hibachi. I thought it was a South. No, that's a restaurant. Hibachi. We got a restaurant called Hibachi.
Yeah, Japanese hibachi grill. That's what
Oh,
Marky Dan
okay. So
is.
you free know what I'm talking about then? Yeah, yeah. That's what. So he's the same color as the outside of the restaurant.
Man, go straight to hell, CDK. Go straight to hell.
Man, look, I'm gonna get out of here,
See,
man.
I
But
ain't
hey,
calling you a racist yet. I ain't did that yet.
no, I ain't never been. I'm close. I'm not a racist. I'm like borderline.
Hey, but seriously though, this was a great
I
show.
think you are a racist, respectfully.
No, I'm black.
That
That was
don't
a
mean you
great
can't be
show.
racist. Look at BBO.
No, I ain't think racism was a. I thought racism was a color.
Now
Me,
you know what's funny? BBO is Asiatic black man. I'm not just black. I'm Asiatic.
yeah, he Asiatic. Don't ever forget the Asiatic. When you call BBO name and you say black man, you say Asiatic. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Doug Right Side said that's sombrero. That's sombrero BBO.
Oh, the borough.
Yeah, you know, Dub right side is like red or something. So you know them redhead brothers. That's how they talk.
Oh man,
Spencer, Spencer.
Doug Right Side remind me of Grady from Sanford and Son. He be having me die.
man, don't do that to Dub. Everybody got to pick a list. I need y'all to do one thing for me before this money is out. S10 Nation, everybody S10. I need everybody to pick out shoe size and color J, and from your guy, Mr. CDK, a special gift, and this is only for my brothers. Shoe size and pick out coming out or whatever.
You know what I will say though. I'll say that I'll say this one thing about boxing, man, is getting better, and I'm really excited about what's going on. Whether Turkey's here long term or not, I know a lot of people got the stuff about the Priskers and all this stuff. At the end of the day, man, I just want boxing to be great, and this is my favorite sport. So
Yep,
I'm
yep.
rooting for it. This is my
And
favorite sport. I'll be honest with you. I don't even watch my Lakers. Now, only team I watch now is just my Browns. I don't watch no sports but boxing now because that's my sport, man. And shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to my man Shakur Sanchez. Shout out to that clown named Tio. Because all these guys, man, make boxing great. And you know, Joe Gans and Henry Armstrong. They'd be so proud of what they would see right now, man. Shout out to all the greats that paved the way, because you don't get a Bud Crawford without Henry Armstrong, Sugar Ray Robinson, man. So we gotta honestly give these young guys a credit. You guys realize that Devin Haney was the first undisputed lightweight champion since Pernell Whitaker? That's
Mm,
pretty
that,
that's pretty special when you think about that. So nobody had been undisputed since Pernell Whitaker. Tio got close with 3 belts. He kind of got shafted by the WBC, but
yeah,
still, if you think about that, them two young brothers, man, was up there with Pernell Whitaker. So I mean, I got to give them credit, and you got to remember they hadn't had a unified 135-pound lineal champion at 135 and 12 at 130 in 12 years till Shakur got the belt. So we got to give these young guys their credit. Some of these young guys are really fighting. They just don't fight all the big fights, as my man Freak told me, but they fight.
yeah, definitely. They definitely fight, man. And we need more action from Shakur and a few more of 'em. But I definitely want to see what they do. And like I said, Shakur's on a one-way mission to the trash can if he don't start doing what he's supposed to do.
I think you
That's
got to
all I'm gonna
remember
say.
this, CDK. His hands are really bad. He really got to be careful, man.
Yeah, he do. His hands are right now. He got the worst hands in boxing, man.
I
But
mean,
then we
we
can't.
talk about
But I mean,
Floyd.
but juxtapose we can't. But we can't hold it against Shakur if he look boring then, and he goes
No, I'm not.
low output.
No, I'm not. I'm not,
Well,
Marky Dan. I like Shakur. I'm a big BB. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of Shakur, and I hate that he's having these hand problems because I want to see the greatness that I believe he is.
No, we can still hold him
I agree.
accountable because Floyd Mayweather had brittle
But
hands.
I
He still
think that
had exciting fights.
God don't like ugly. Unfortunately, CDK.
Uh, well, he ain't too fond of pretty either, but that's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen, and we can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think in Shakur in the free just said something. But free, think about this. His hands might be worse than Floyd's.
ain't
I
no
mean, I
doubt.
Well,
don't know about that. I don't know
hey,
about that. Like
Bro,
Floyd,
we
it
can't
was a
hold
fight
on.
where
Hold on, man.
It was a fight
Uh,
where Floyd broke both his hands in the third
Market
round.
Dan. Think about this, Market Dan. The man just had hand surgery and came back, and his hands look like banana peels again. They might actually be worse than Floyd Mayweather hands. I ain't saying I'm right. Can't judge
hey,
that, but they bad. Go ahead, go
if
ahead.
they that
No
bad, then
doubt,
he
no
might need
doubt,
to
they
go to
bad,
start
they
a,
bad. But I
if
don't
they
know.
that
Shakur
bad,
gonna just have to
he
push through
might need
that
to
shit
give
like
us.
Floyd did, because Floyd, his
I
entire
don't think
career
Market
dealt
Dan
with
can hear
If you
me.
breaking
don't
his
stop
hands in the
cutting
middle of
free off,
fights.
bro,
Yeah.
Mark, if you don't stop cutting free off,
Go ahead,
Honestly,
Free.
I don't
Oh,
know
I
if
don't think
can't
he
Marky.
hear
can hear
I
Freak.
me
don't
Okay,
know
then.
if he
okay,
I
hold
don't know
hears.
on.
what it is. I don't think he can hear me.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he can
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
me.
Could you hear Free? Hold on, go ahead, Free.
No, I was saying if Shakur hands is that bad, he might need to just
I don't
go
know. I
ahead
gotta
and
go
team
come
up
back
with
in.
Montaz and just start a new album. Team up with Montaz, start a new album, become a promoter, get your own little fighters by team, and do a duet with your fiance. She got a record
Well,
deal with Mob Mob Ties. Do a
yeah,
duet
he
with his
do.
what? His fiance.
He called himself the curly hair rapper, and I heard a few of his raps, and I ain't like him. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
um,
Yeah.
on a serious note, free, I think he might mess around and lose his career to the panties.
Me
I
too.
really do. It's not. It's so funny. Well, I won't say the thing that's so ironic. This is not even funny at this point. This dude is really struggling to keep his career going.
Yeah, he is, BBL.
Like I think the reason he didn't take that Tank fight because Tank would have boiled through him if his hands was as bad as everybody's saying. I
BBL,
mean,
that makes sense.
if you can't knock out the dog on electrician, say what you want about Lil Red. Lil Red gonna break something. He gonna beat the curls off of him.
Lorette
Very
got
So
a
much
you
chin,
gotta be
hell.
man.
careful, man.
Lorette got a
You gotta be
chin.
careful calling dudes ducks and stuff like that when we know a dude got a serious hand issue. This ain't
Hold
no
on,
joke.
man.
This dude,
I'm,
he might lose his career to this.
I
That's the thing.
apologize,
That's the
bro.
thing.
I'm not
I
gonna
think
call. Hey,
Shakur.
Marky D, hold on. I apologize. I ain't gonna call another grown man Little Red. I apologize for that, folks. I'm not gonna call that man Little Red.
I mean,
Uh, it don't sound right to me. No, it's funny. I like your BBO said, but it's just kind of I don't know. I'm the old. I'm at the OG era. Little Red, Little Red. That don't sound right to me.
I
Heck no.
mean,
Go
that's it.
ahead.
I mean, if the cap fit, wear it, nigga.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
I can't wear that. My shoes came off. Go ahead.
My shoes came off.
Uh,
You talking to an OG, Marky Dan? That's an OG right there.
Right, right. I can't do it.
respectfully,
Certain things that's
respectfully,
not gonna sit well with.
respectfully. But Shakur, I mean, like I said, I think he just gonna have to learn to shut the fuck up sometimes. Like
I
he
think
gonna
we all
really
do
have to
that.
learn to just close his mouth. Especially him, because I mean, he just
No,
jumping
you're
out
right.
here. I
You're
mean,
right.
making some of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Like
No,
when
you're
Yeah,
you
he
look at
do.
Shakur, when you look at Shakur's trajectory from where he was when he moved up from 130 to now, oh my God, he's in the trash. If he was on the
But
stock market, they'd say he was dead.
Morgan Day, has his trajectory went down, or is he still the same fighter with brittle hands? The talent is
His
there. BBO said something
not
perfect.
not
It's
his
not.
not his projection. What's the word I'm looking
Right.
for?
Yeah,
Momentum.
what you
His
looking for?
momentum.
Okay.
His
I,
Yeah,
momentum.
it
I
stopped.
can
It
see that.
We thought it was gonna be the next Floyd, to be honest.
Right.
Coming out
exactly.
the Olympics, coming out the Olympics. Hey, look, people don't realize Andy Cruz was like Michael Jordan in the Olympics. I'm gonna be honest. Andy Cruz beat a lot of people.
No, Eddie Cruz
Ain't
can beat a
no,
whole lot of people.
I mean,
Not only
not
that,
Andy
people thought
Cruz. That dude that, I can't remember that
people
dude that
thought it would be
Shakur lost to.
legendary.
My bad.
He lost to the boy, the Cuban at 126. What's his name?
Yeah, he did
Robisi.
lose. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
Robisi.
Obese.
he
He
did.
lost to Obese.
Obese.
Yeah.
Robesi and Andy Cruz was beating up everybody.
They older
I
than
mean,
everybody
I
too.
don't know. I thought Shakur won that fight. I thought he got robbed. To be honest, that's
Yeah,
my
he did. He
opinion.
did.
No,
Marky Dan,
no,
he did
no.
get robbed.
Robisi.
He got robbed in that fight. He should have been a gold
I
medalist.
thought
No,
he was. I listen. I thought he was doing the cleaner work free.
so he was
I thought
thinking
he was doing
Shakur,
the
man.
much cleaner
Robisi.
work.
Robisi whooped his ass. Robisi
Nah, get
whooped
up
his
out of
Yeah, I
here.
forgot
No, no,
about that.
I can't. Free. I don't think he. Well, I know that's your opinion, Free.
He
I thought it
whooped
was a
him.
good fight. Free. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
See,
why.
y'all
That's
thinking
why
about
he was.
Shakur from the
That's why he was
pros.
crying. That's why he was
Y'all thinking
crying
about
because he
Shakur from
got
the
whooped.
pros. Shakur didn't fight
No,
like
no, no,
this.
no. I ain't
You
talking about the Shakur. I watched the fight, BBO. I watched the actual fight. I watched that fight.
But
Free. I
I'm
know
saying,
Free watched it
you
too.
ain't see him and Shakur trade.
I
No, I mean
Shakur
BBO.
you
don't
got
do
to
that
remember.
now. Shakur don't
No,
trade like that now.
No, he don't. But in the pros, we know there's a different style wins in pros and amateur boxing. We know there's different styles. We know Floyd style works much better in the pros than it did in the amateurs. A lot of people did. Some people got robbed. Roy Jones got robbed. Taylor
I
Frimore got
mean,
robbed.
Floyd Mayweather got robbed, and he
Yes,
now,
he
now,
cried.
did.
now, now, Floyd definitely got robbed. Now
He
that was
got robbed.
definitely a robbery.
Floyd got
Exactly.
Yes, he
He
got
robbed.
put
They,
robbed.
the
2
dog
feet on
breath
that
held the
dude.
other
He
guy's
cried.
hand.
Free. Like,
No, I know Floyd cried, but he definitely got robbed. Now there was
He,
no question that he got robbed.
yeah, he got robbed. He got robbed. I gotta go back and watch that
I
fight
mean,
again, free.
that shit was
But
No,
he
but
crazy. And
definitely
I
Floyd,
mean
Floyd was the first. Floyd
it
was the
wasn't
first
like that.
American to beat a Cuban in 20 years. That was
No, it
supposed to be
wasn't
his gold
like
medal.
Robisi has never beat Shakur Stevenson before. That was the second time that he beat Shakur Stevenson.
Hey,
So
didn't
it
they
wasn't
fight
like,
three free? No, didn't they fight four times?
no, that's
no,
Keyshawn.
I don't
That's
know if
Keyshawn,
that was
They
yeah, that
baby.
was
fought
Keyshawn.
twice. They fought
No,
Yeah,
I
they
twice.
know
fought.
about that. I know about the Keyshawn Hill, but Mr. Hill, I'm saying look up the amateur fight background and tell
They
me how many fights they had somebody. I thought it was a few more fights than they actually fought.
No, yeah, Robisi fought twice. Keyshawn and Andy Cruz fought four times.
Hey,
Okay,
Free, let me
okay.
ask you this real quick. Let me ask Free this real quick, and this is something that, and I
Oh
mean this.
yeah,
This is
we
the
were talking
straight
about that
box.
last night.
Can you hear me, Free?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
you
you,
know.
So this is my question, Free, and I really was. I've been
Leo.
watching some tape. Why are we just? How come it took so long to see the Gary Antoine we seen versus El Rayo? Why it took so long to get that version?
because he never
look at
had
that.
he never had to do it before. Like I said,
Free. Can I ask you a
he never
question
had.
before I cut you off? Can I ask both of y'all a question, please? And I want y'all to tell the truth. Free, that's your family. How long have I been talking good about Gary Antoine, feeling the way I felt about as his fighter?
As long as I known you,
Okay. I've always seen it. I don't know what BBO now respect what you're saying because everybody's saying it. But for some reason, I've always felt like he was that fighter. I just felt like that in my heart. Like what I see, I've always felt like that. Like that dude's special, man. He's special. I don't care what nobody say. Gary Antoine Russell's a special fighter. And I've always and BBO, you remember I used to talk about him man from the beginning. Like, hey, when I first seen him fight, I was like, man, I love his style. I said, man, he got a lot of Sean Porter in him with a better jab better better footwork than me, in
That
my
wasn't
opinion.
Sean Porter that beat El Rayo though. That wasn't.
No,
See,
no, no.
that's what I'm
That's what
saying
I'm
is a little
saying.
different than what
No,
you
no,
said.
you're right, BBO. I'm saying, but I said he had a better jab
little dog
than
trying to get
Sean
at
Porter,
everybody.
much better jab and better footwork to me.
I'm about to look it up online and see what we got out here. Oh, my
Okay.
bad, y'all. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I always thought he was
I
better
just
in the sense.
never seen that. I've never seen what I'm saying. What I'm saying, CDK is
Yes, sir.
that's the Gary that we seen fight Jaron Ennis. That we hadn't
Yes,
seen him.
BBO, I think
I
too
think
it had a
so.
lot to do with everything going on. We don't know how long his father really been sick. How long has his father been sick? It didn't come out of nowhere. I'm sure they've been knowing. I'm sure there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. And I thought we got to bury Gary Antoine Russell against Rio, like where he had to go out there and say, hey, man, this was my father. I got something to prove. I got to go out here and show people who I really am. I took a loss to a fighter that shouldn't have beat me. I think there was a lot going through his mind, man, that made him step up and put it in gear to show people who he really is. Like, man, I'm him.
Hey,
Yeah,
T Hill,
I
go
think
ahead,
the
go ahead.
thing is what Antoine was, like I said, he only pulled enough tools out to complete the job. What we
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
with El Rayo, he had to show more of his tool bag. He had to show more of his tool set. So you
yeah.
saw something a little bit different than what you used to see because El Rayo is not a guy that's going to stand right in front of you. El Rayo got power. He got fast hands. So you had to see a different version of Antoine. That's why, like I said, the fights that we fought before, you never seen him have to actually show those other tools because he was able to beat him fighting one way. He was able to beat him that way. So now that he had fought somebody who's on a higher level, you see more out of that tool bag, and you're going to see more as he fight better guys and on a higher level. On a higher level, you'll see more of what Antoine really is that we see in the gym that y'all don't get a chance to see out in display because he never
Right,
had to show it.
right.
All I'm gonna say
I
is this,
agree.
Free.
Right,
If
right.
you, I'm gonna put it like this. Let me say this real quick. If Antoine can be what I thought he was that last fight, he is exactly what we said, a bigger version of his big brother. If that's the case, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is me being real. I don't think there's a nigga that can beat him. If he
Hey,
can fight like
BBO,
that,
I ain't got a problem with that.
and a
I ain't got
dude
a
that
problem
can
with that,
beat him.
BBO. I ain't got a problem with
No,
that right there,
I'm
BBO.
talking about under 47. I don't
BBO, I
think
ain't got a
nobody
problem
under
with that, BBO.
47 can beat him.
I don't have a
Go
problem
ahead.
with that. I don't have a problem with that. Gary Antoine Russell is my favorite fighter right now from 147 down. Oh, I think he's that good. He's phenomenal. Man, he's different, man. He's special, man. I don't care what nobody
If
say.
he
Ain't
fought,
nobody gonna never say my man on that.
I'll put like this. I'll put like this. If he fights like that, we talking about possibly the best in the world. We're not talking about. I'm telling you, all it is with me. I don't want that to be another Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. Y'all see what I'm saying? Well, we
Yeah,
only
yeah,
see
yeah.
that one time.
Right.
I'm saying,
Hey,
and T Hill, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I've never seen that Errol Spence that fought Mikey Garcia ever again, but one time. So that's the
that's
part that
it.
scares me. We never seen it
That's
again.
it.
I mean,
Mr. Hill, you hear that?
yeah, I hear it. I think like D Free said, first and foremost, there was an opponent that brought it out of him. I think
Yeah.
also what you said is very paramount in it. You got some case where his dad has been sick for a long time and was dealing with failing health. And
Yes,
I
sir.
think that was also a big culprit in why he wasn't. the same fighter that you saw that night. I think he finally got over the
I agree.
sting of his father not being there, and also the shadow of his failing health over them, because they know that pretty soon they're not going to have their father in their life. And he's been their rock. You
Yep.
got the
Yeah,
fact that he wasn't taking as many fights too, and then all that weight was off of him, and you saw him free in the ring, man. And that's why I say mentality more so than anything. You could have all the physical gifts in the world. If your mind ain't
Yes,
right,
sir.
it don't matter. Like I
Nope.
seen Oliver McCall, and Oliver McCall was a bad dude.
Sure
That
was.
yeah.
dude
The boy
wasn't
was.
right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I said you right. The boy was nice. He was nice.
Yeah, he was a bad dude, but his head wasn't right.
Yeah.
And
I
Man.
just
because
go ahead. Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
T.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna
Go ahead,
say
T.
because his head wasn't right. There was some times where he didn't perform like he could have performed. And when you got stuff on the outside, whose car is that right there? My bad. When
Okay.
you got people who are dealing with stuff on the outside,
Yeah.
it's kind of tough to be in the ring and do everything that you need to do at the most efficient level. It's like when you're fatigued. I've been saying this a lot. When you're fatigued, a lot of the things that you have to deal with. Sorry, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever,
yeah.
when you fatigue, you don't give your very best
No, you
effort.
don't. No,
And,
you
and, and
don't. No, you don't.
that's true of all things. But when you're mentally fatigued, that's a whole
Yeah.
different ball game.
Hey, you know what,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
I
Hill,
seen
y'all, I
dollar
want to say
signs.
this.
Let me say this real quick, and I'm done, CK.
Go
I've
ahead, BB.
seen dollar signs in a way that I don't know if people realize. If he can fight like that, there's not many people on the planet that can beat him
You're
at
right.
them smaller weight. And I think I'm telling you, and this is not me. This is no Tank hate nothing. Lamont Roach and Tank ain't got a chance against that.
No,
They ain't got a chance
they're
against
too
that.
small, BB. They're too small, in my humble opinion. They're too small for
Not even
Gary
being too
Antoine Russell.
small. Not even being too small. I'm saying Gary ain't taking big punches. We got to remember. I thought he
No, he's
took
not.
big punches. That last fight, O'Reilly maybe landed maybe a couple power shots. That was
Hold
it.
on, though. Hold on, though. BBO, because we're going to give him credit. When he did get hit with a big shot, his chin didn't budge. I'm not going to take it from him. His chin did not budge. His chin stood on business. He got hit with a few shots, and his chin said, hey, man, we standing on business 10 toes down. You a clown. You can't take us out. Not this round. You understand what I'm saying? His chin look good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I got to give my guy credit, man. When it comes to Gary Antoine Russell, man, I got to talk it for him. You understand what I'm saying? Look at this. Gary Antoine Russell, man, right now is probably, man, I'm gonna say this right here, the best pressure fighter I've seen in the last 10 years. With everything that comes with the pressure, everything that comes with that pressure, he does is second to none. He know how to box. He don't have to just press
Look
you.
better than
I
T.O. on
believe.
that one.
Hey man, I believe that Gary Antoine Russell so good, he could step back and have a real boxing match and beat you at your own game. That's how
I
good
don't
he
know.
is.
It look like his big brother. I'm
I
gonna be
think.
honest with you, Free. Ain't nobody beating. Devin's not beating that. T.O.'s not beating that. They not beating him at 140. If he can, and I don't know if he can maintain it. They not beating that.
No, they're not beating that. They're not beating that. Free, what you think, Free? Free,
But
you there?
this is a good
He might have went out.
conversation. This is a great conversation, man. We gotta
Yeah, to
hang
close
up,
out,
and I'm gonna
BBL.
start up. Yeah, we gonna hang up and start up another live, man, so we can cook. Cause sometimes when
BBL,
you got your live
crank it
going,
up.
sometimes
Crank it
you
up.
gotta start
Crank
up.
it up.
Go ahead.
I said, you gonna crank a live up, man. We've been going a long time, and we've been having
Yeah,
a
that's
great
all.
conversation.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another live, and we gonna go on in 15 minutes, y'all.
Okay, I'm closing out now,
All right,
man.
that's
It's Sports
about.
Talk Network. 15 minutes, we right back, man. BVO, man. BVO Boxing, LLC. Y'all come on through. Let's do the do.
And we gone. Peace.
We gone. Peace.